What's going on, everybody? Bam Bam is back. Now, I should tell you guys something before we get started, okay? And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of these temperatures before, or even, had to deal with these temperatures before. But right now, if you guys know Fahrenheit to Celsius, right now here in Alberta, we're under a polar vortex. It's currently negative 38 with the wind chill at negative 47 right now. No joke. Okay, tomorrow's worse. Tomorrow is negative 40 with a wind chill of negative 50. Okay, it is so cold outside that if you try and take a leak, it's gonna freeze before it touches the ground. Okay, and it's like you get frostbite in a matter of minutes. So it's definitely no joke. We're under polar vortex warning now until Sunday. We've been under that like yesterday and today actually started setting in our polar vortex, but actually tomorrow and Saturday. Let's take a look here. Like, just to give you guys the exact number example, okay, of what tomorrow's forecast temperature is here. So currently right now it's negative 31 with the wind chill in negative 42, and tomorrow is going to be negative 33 with the wind chill in negative 40. That's your daytime high. That's not even the nights. That's not even when it goes down to nighttime. Nighttime high is the worst, right? And then you got Saturday at negative 31. You got Sunday at negative 31. It doesn't get warm for us here until Monday, and then Tuesday goes to negative 11. Like, the warmest it's going to get here next week is negative 11. And then it shoots right back up to like the negative high teens. But I mean, even still, negative high teens where I am in Alberta, that's nothing. Like right now, we were forecasted to be the coldest place on Earth today. So that was insane. When I learned about that today, I was like, whoa, it's crazy. We broke records today. Like I've never seen it so cold in Alberta. Not my life. So we did hit some records. Like usually it gets around this cold, but it doesn't. No. Like just put it into perspective. We were colder than Siberia today. So yeah, like. All right. Those numbers were just insane. And I enjoyed my break, right? Needed a little break. On my break, I did notice the tow truck missions are paying double. They came out with a new SUV. It's not that great. I mean, we'll still pick it up. Actually, thinking about it right now, I should pick it up before I forget. And then there was another car in Simeon's. Can't remember. I wanted to pick it up. It's an armored car, and I don't have that one in my collection yet. So the thing I will tell you though about the salvage yard, if you're towing cars out of there and they're paying us double money in RP on that, yeah, right? If that's happening, if that's the case, then that money in the safe's gonna acquire a lot faster, right? So if you've got the scrapyard this week, you're gonna make mad money for sure, right up until next Thursday. You're gonna see, I'm gonna do my business routine and everything. And I think you guys have noticed that I sound a lot better, right? Yeah. It's because I'm not half-tuned, right? So, Bam put the booze down for a while. Well, it wasn't even booze, actually. It was just beer and sometimes wine, right? But, like, I'm grateful I didn't become addicted to the hard booze, because if I would have tried to detox off that stuff, I'd be in the hospital.
Hi there.
Like there would have been no way I would have survived yesterday. Because yesterday was bad enough. Because like usually, I've been able to put down like 15 beers. Like I used to put down 15 beers no problem each day. Like it wouldn't even faze me. Like sometimes I'd clear 13 in a day and leave 2 left over, so I didn't have withdrawals for the next day until I opened up my next box, right? And I would always get enough to last me like the month, so like I wouldn't have to go anywhere, I wouldn't have to do much, stuff like that. So I mean, it, I don't know, when I look at it now, if it probably would have kept going the way I was going, like that, probably in another 2 years it probably wouldn't be around. Or, you know, God forbid, liver cancer or some kind of crap like that would have happened. Who knows? But I'm just grateful it didn't happen. Nipping this problem, well, making a change now, right? Plus, you guys got to realize, like, I've drank a lot of years, like, a lot. When I did the math, like 19 years, everybody. Okay, I've been drinking 19 years. Like, the shit needs to stop. You know? Like, I've been drinking since my teenage days. So, like, I was also doing some research that if I actually stop now, and because I even haven't hit the age of 40 yet, and I'm not damaging my body into my 40s too much, my body can still repair itself from all the damage I did to it for the last 19 years. Yeah, the human body is pretty interesting. Like it's fascinating to say the least. But I did figure that out. So that fascinated me. So that gave me some hope, and I was like, cool, right on. So, you know, and the only thing I really didn't kick my weed vape. Like I'm almost finished those, but I mean that kind of helps me get through my withdrawals, because I'm telling you, like, yesterday was pretty scary. Like, we're talking, like, if you've ever tried to come off of alcohol and go through alcohol withdrawals, it's scary stuff. Like, you need to be monitored because your heart rate keeps going up and down, you sweat like crazy, like you go from being hot to cold to hot to cold, your body goes into convulsions because your body ultimately wants alcohol, and you deprive it from having it, it's gonna, your body, everything, it is three. So you got your body, your mind, and your soul. So when you deprive your body of something and it wants it bad and it's addicted to it, it's going to make you suffer. And it's going to do everything it can. Not everything, but it's going to do the things that it wants to do to you until you give it what it wants. And if you deprive it long enough, the toxins will leave your system and the body will give up. So that's what had happened. Your first 24 hours is extremely bad. Like it's survive or die. Like, you're either gonna live or you're gonna die. Like that's just what it is. Like you're gonna be hospitalized and you have to be put on an IV system and everything else, because if you try to do it all by yourself unsupervised, you have a chance of not coming out of it alive and surviving the first 24 hours. After the first 24 hours, you're okay. Like, all day today, I had a lot more energy than I did yesterday, and I was able to get some rest, more rest today. And it wasn't until like recently, like maybe just over an hour ago, I actually finally got out of bed for good, and it was like, you know what? I can focus on the system now. And I'm missing my GTA. So, but oh no, it was a nice break though. I can guarantee one thing. Here's the thing. Let Nazar speak first, hang on. But I'll tell you something. With willpower, you can do it. Like, you can, like, even I've quit before, like 3 or 4 times. This is my 4th. But the thing is I've never ever gone through any withdrawals like that before. Like, I had quit before, but I had never gone through like withdrawals, even not even half as bad. So when that happened, And not to mention this, I was mixing this with my meds. So, which you shouldn't be doing. Like, yeah, I'd be taking it with my meds. Like, I didn't care. So, like, my body was really wanted it bad. Um, but I'll tell you something. If I ever get tempted to going back to doing that ever again, I'm gonna remind myself, like, one way, even if you're on the same path as I am with quitting something and getting over and battling your demons. Um, just remind yourself, if you go through detox, just remind yourself of detox and how much hell that was. And I guarantee you won't touch the stuff. No. Because I had like, even yesterday, I thought to myself, like, man, to battle this, maybe I should, like, get some beer ordered and, you know, and, like, have a couple just to take away the the craving, like, and take my body out of shock. And then I realized to myself, like, no, or else I'm gonna be going through this all over again. And, like, I gotta go through it now and get it over and done with. So it was a hard, tough fought battle, but I got through it. I'm happy. And I look forward to staying sober. If anything, I'm gonna smoke weed. You know, like, that's the worst thing I'll ever do again. Like, I don't even want to know how much money I blew on alcohol over the years. And it's like, I started running numbers in my head, and then it started pissing me off. I started getting mad with myself, going, how could you be so stupid? So I stopped adding numbers up. And but no, even, like, one of my biggest influences was Tom McDonald, actually. And it really helps to set a day to quit. Like, don't just wake up one day and be like, that's it, it's done. Like, set a day and be like, okay, I'm on that day. That way you can drink leading up to that day and be like, okay, this is it. Like, I went out hard. So, hit the guardrail. And see, now I have to change certain habits now. That I used to do when I was drinking. Like, for instance, not going to be able to watch a hockey game anytime soon, right? Until like, at least I get through my 2 weeks, right? Or even my month. I'd much rather get through January before I go back to hockey, because ever since I was in my early teens and I was able to drink, my thing to watch hockey was grab some beers, you know, and I'm watching hockey that night. It's hockey night. That gave me an excuse to drink beers. And now when I think about it, I was going back and I was making excuses just to drink anyways. Like, it ended. That's the thing. Like, it ended up getting to the point where I was looking for excuses to just to drink. Like, I'm doing it because it's Friday. I'm doing it because it's Saturday, or I'm doing it because it's Sunday. Like, or I'm doing it because I'm playing GTA, or I'm doing it because I enjoy drinking when I play hockey on PlayStation. So, I mean, that's why I'm not jumping into hockey right away, because that'll trigger me to want to have a beer. So, just changing things up a little bit until at least the 3-day mark. After you have the 72-hour will battle with it, a lot of the research said that you're on everything gets a lot easier from there. So, and no, that's not alcohol. That's my iced tea. Iced tea's really helped and kept up with my sugar levels. Speaking of which, I'm gonna make a quick one right now. Or no, I already made a picture. I'm just gonna refill my water bottle. One sec. I will also say this, Bam's back. I did a lot of prayer yesterday. Like, I prayed to God, I'm like, please, let me live through this, right?
Here Merryweather goes again, pissing in our soup. Get the weapons to the buyers and look out for those private security goons.
I'll blow them up with my tank. But yeah, a lot of prayer worked. And, it's gonna be a lot. I feel a lot better already. Like, I just,
I'm Johnny on the spot.
man,
I'll hook you up.
I didn't know how much it was actually making me feel like crap.
It's coming at you.
And not to mention, it was kind of putting me in a bad mood sometimes, because I get really irritable. So, not anymore. But I was easily irritated and irritable when I was drinking. And I noticed that like the more I would drink, the more irritated I would get at things, especially my fans. So, you know, for me being a dick and an asshole when I was drinking to everybody, Bam will apologize and man up for that one, because Bam's not gonna act like that again. Like I said, it's gonna be weed from here on out. I'm not gonna. I don't even want to touch beer for a celebration thing, or even wine or anything like that. If I'm ever gonna do something like, I'll just do a non-alcoholic beer. So something if I really wanted a beer that bad, or if I really had to crave in for it. But I'm pretty much gonna stick to my weed, and my iced tea now. And I found it's more socially acceptable to admit like your struggles and that with that. I mean, because it's becoming more and more open. I mean, I was using it to deal with my depression, and let me tell you something. It makes your depression like 5 times, if not 10 times worse. Because I'd have my days off PlayStation where I'd just be yeah, like it just makes you feel like crap. Like, just believe me on it. I'm telling you guys from experience. Like, it does not help. You would think it would help, but psychologically it doesn't help. It just fucks with your mind even more. Weed, not so much. Weed makes you happy. Weed makes you eat. Like, weed chills you out. Like, brings you down on a mellow level. I find for me it does anyways. I found my heart rate was getting a lot easier accelerated when I was drinking compared to today. Today my heart rate is actually a lot better than from previous days of drinking. I've noticed. Huge 100% improvement. For being able to control my heart rate almost on my own at home, because my heart rate would increase if I didn't put alcohol in my system. It's almost like my body would start going through many little withdrawals. And guys, that was bad. Like, I'm talking like I would wake up and it was like, well, you guys know. I mean, like I was having Bam beers for breakfast. Come on, all right? Like, and it messed with my eating habits too. I was not gonna go back to that crap. So if you're struggling with something like that and you want some advice, don't be afraid to come talk to me or share your experience, because you're more than welcome to. Because I'm not going to be embarrassed about going through it. If I can share it, and hopefully that'll inspire someone to make a change and know that they can make a change and do it. And hey man, if I can do it after drinking for 19 years and walk away, you can do it too. Like, anything's possible. You just gotta have your mindset on it and just be like, yep, this is happening. And I even woke up today with that positive mindset. And one other thing I learned was don't set the bar too high for quitting. Just tell yourself, I forget which YouTuber it was. He's a motivational speaker I was listening to yesterday, and it was saying don't set unrealistic goals for when you decide to quit drinking. Like, don't sit there and say I'm done for good, or I'm done for a month, or I'm done for a week. Sit there and set a realistic goal for daily, for every single day, because tomorrow is never promised. Okay, we live today. We don't know if we're waking up tomorrow, so just tell yourself, today I'm not going to drink. Today I am not going to drink. And you tell yourself at that beginning of the day, and you stick with it all day. And then you'll find at the end of the day you accomplish that goal. Like, hell, the thought went through my mind earlier today, like, you guys have no idea. Like, my mind started playing games with me earlier today, and I was like, no, I gotta lie down and just close my eyes, and because my mind started being like, you know, we can order alcohol, we can get beer, we can do that, we don't have to quit now. And like seriously, your mind will start playing tricks with you like that. Like, your mind will sit there and start like telling you, like, hey, we don't have to quit right now. Like, it's not gonna kill us. We can keep going. And you don't give in. It's just a mental battle. Time will come to a crawl. Seriously, like, at one time today, time went by so slow. I was like thinking to myself, like, oh wow, time can't get any slower right now. Seriously. But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So I wanted to share that with you guys, just because that it was a big life-changing experience for me, and I know that you know what, none of us are perfect, and we've all got our demons. We do. You can't say you don't, because you do. And like, literally no one's perfect. Everybody's addicted to something. And if you want to say no, I'll call bullshit, and you know how I'll call bullshit. Okay? Take your cell phone away for a day. Okay? Go ahead, take parents, and go take your kid's cell phone away for a day. Matter of fact, take it away for an hour and see what happens. Or take their charger away. Take their one and only charger away, and watch the battery power dwindle on their devices, and the panic sets in on their eyes. You want to talk about addictions? Cell phones have made us addicted worse than crack. They tried to say it was science proven, but it's not science proven. It's just all driven by facts, and the facts is that I don't even know why I went the other way. Like, where am I going here? There we go. It's driven by facts that, like, even nowadays, like, if you see parents with their, like, kid, how are they parenting their kids? Tablets and cell phones, or else the kid screams and cries, right? So you want to talk addictions and everything, like, holy, like, nowadays kids are addicted to everything. Oh god, we can't go down here. What are we doing? Missed GTA for one day and we're all fucked up. 2 days actually. I wasn't in GTA for 2 days. But yeah, it's just I noticed there was a YouTuber that was talking about that too. It was like I think it was Brett Cooper that said it, actually. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was her or somebody else. But she's like, that's what parents are doing nowadays with their children. Is that's how they're parenting their kids. Like, she was like, this one mom had 3 kids with a backpack full of 3 tablets, and gave it to each one of the kids. Like, you can't raise a weak generation on tablets and weak parents. Like, whoa. I'm gonna tell you guys something. If things don't turn around, okay, and if the far left keep having their way and the woke ideology keeps going, okay, we're gonna have some kind of a weak-ass, sad generation. Because even look at our militaries and stuff like that. Look at the shit they're accepting into the military right now. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys something. The only rainbow I'm gonna turn around and accept and tolerate is the promise from God. Okay, I'm not gonna believe in the 7th rainbow and the seventh sin of the Bible. I'm not believing in that shit, and I don't have to either. Because if they can get their own rule, if the alphabet community can get their own rules and everything else like that, then we can have our own rules, okay? I don't have to give in to their ideology, and I don't have to accept their ideology, just like they don't have to accept their little pronouns or whatever the hell they got going on nowadays. What I call those people is mentally ill, okay? They are mentally ill. They pretend to be things they're not, okay? They don't understand that the world around them, and they don't understand reality, okay? I call them the woke ideology, okay? And here's the thing. I watched Congress today. I watch Congress and I watch Parliament, and I'm telling you guys something. In Canada and the United States, the federal, or not the federal government, but there's governments that are getting sick and tired of this woke ideology bullshit. Okay? Same with society. Because, you know what, it all started out good. You know what, you can be who you want to be. I don't care. You can be gay, go be gay. But the fact that when you start pushing it into society, and you have grown men dressing like women in a parade and flaunting their junk into children's faces, and you're bringing the children involved in it, and you're trying to transgender the children, oh, you're pushing things too far. You know? That's when shit needs to stop. Okay? So anybody who participated in that, you're going straight to hell, because you're going against the Bible. You're going against God. If you don't believe in God, that's fine. And you know what? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but just believe, right? If you're a part of that alphabet community or whatnot, you're committing a seventh sin. You're committing the seventh major sin, and you know it. If you don't know it, look it up. And no, damn it! I should pay attention. Oh well, it's not even a money loss for us. We got 84K. But yeah, I don't... See? That's why I think of them. Okay? That's why I think of men who dress up like women. You're weak. Alright? You're weak little cowards. And, you'll... Your balls will never drop. You'll never be real men. Like, there's a difference between being a real man and being a cross-dressing... trying to dress up like a woman. Like, listen, okay? That can't be... that can't be tolerated anymore. Like, that's taking it too far. Okay? When you have grown men dressing like women, competing in women's sports, and walking in and out of public bathrooms, women and children's bathroom, and trying to go into children's bookstores and libraries and trying to put this woke ideology bullshit on people, yeah, that's where I draw the line in the sand. Okay? That's where I lost respect for you guys. And then you guys claim that you're being discriminated against. Well, you're damn straight you are. Okay? Because your ideologies don't line up with reality. And listen, if you want to pretend to be a cat, be a cat, okay? But do it at home, okay? You don't go out in public and get special privileges because you want to pretend to be a cat, all right? I don't get special privileges because I want to go out and go out there and be as rich and act like Donald Trump, do I? No, right? So, you know, it's kind of like the way I see these people is mentally ill, children-minded people with undeveloped brains, okay? And hey, you can challenge me on it, you can fact-check me on it, but hey, they always never take responsibility, and they're always quick to put the blame on somebody else. Now, what I just do earlier, I think you guys all heard me loud and clear. I apologized for being an asshole to anybody that I've ever offended, right? Or have ever pissed off due to my attitude and my poor choices of drinking alcohol, right? That's called being a man and manning up for your responsibilities, okay? And taking action on it, right? Now, I could have been a dick. I could have been... and not taking responsibility, and then I'm sure there would have been a lot of you going, well, wait a second, you acted like a dick sometimes when you know, when you were drunk and stuff like that, and you know, you were kind of a dick to us, so you know, you should kind of man up for that. And that's exactly what I do, because if I do something wrong, that's what I was raised as, okay? You do something wrong, you man up for it, and that's it. You know, don't lie, cheat, and steal. Government hates competition, okay? Try to be as honest as possible, and try to go through life trying to be nice to people. And I was. Up until I got screwed over. So I dealt with that. And damn it, this lobby sucks. There goes the chair is missing. Let's see here. I doubt it. It's gonna work. We'll see though. I'll try to load us into the nightclub and see if it works that way. Hopefully it does. Hopefully. Come on. This is still that glitch, Rockstar, that you're still having right now. Because I need to sell the hangar, or I need to sell the nightclub. And the nightclub chair keeps disappearing. Now it's happening more often. Like, come on, Rockstar, we gotta have an update fix on that one for the DLC soon. Because the only way to really fix that issue I've found is if you either load up into the nightclub. Ooh, I did that yesterday. Yeah. Fun facts: when you're going through alcohol withdrawals, you're gonna get puke. You're gonna get like a puke episode show up when you least expect it. And for me, it happened at like hour 18 going through all that shit. But it felt good. Felt awesome. Okay, the car's here. Always try to keep a car in the loading bay. Because if you... Yeah, see, it's not there. Okay, so to fix this problem, if you guys run into this problem, don't panic. Just go... You don't have to close down the app or anything, the game, you know. Just close that or leave that online session that you're in. And load into story mode. That's how I've been fixing it. And usually if I load back into the nightclub, the chair is there because you know something's up with the nightclub and the nightclub's not working, the lobby's not going to work right if the chair's missing. And I think I mentioned that one last week with everybody. Yeah. Michael's hilarious. Trevor, on the other hand, I should have let Trevor answer the phone when I first loaded up, because I'm on that part right now where the O'Neill brothers calls him, like the last one, the only one that's still alive. And he's like, "You killed my brothers," and they get into a little conversation. And he tells Trevor's dead, and he's like, "Come on, come expedite the situation." we gotta move that story part along though, as of tomorrow. I'll probably get a little bit of story mode done tomorrow for sure. It's Friday. So we could do, I'll do like a mixture of story and online tomorrow. Because I want to take you guys through. Well, and eventually we'll beat story mode, and then I have to start it all again. Because no matter what, it never gets old for me. Like, that's the thing. Like, GTA's never gotten old for me. I don't know. Well, I do know how GTA gets old for some of you guys, because you guys don't know. Some of you don't know how to make money in GTA, so GTA costs you money to play the game. Fun, straight up facts. Or unless you have somebody supporting your sorry broke ass, okay, that always begs people for money. Unless you're one of those players. And yeah, maybe we have to leave a... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna see if changing the DJ, going out and doing a couple... Oh, I can't even change DJ. See what I mean? You can't even touch the computer. What a piss off. Rockstar, why? I wonder if I go in the cameras and come out of it. Or, no, you can't even use the elevator now either. Well, I could just put off the nightclub sale for now. That's weird. Alright. I got an idea. Seeing as how the game's glitching like that, I'm going to... I'll find a new session at the salvage yard. Maybe if I do a couple salvage yard stuff, it'll fix... Sometimes glitches like that fix themselves on their own. And I mean, Rockstar's come a long way with the glitching and like with how things have happened compared to 2 years ago. And how fast they're usually on it, because 2 years ago, if there was a bad glitch somewhere, like there was a bad glitch, like one time, if you loaded up into your nightclub, you were screwed. You were in there for good. Like, you were in there until you could quickly press it, like you could have somebody invite you, get on there with one of your friends, and tell them to invite you into an online session, so that you could change being in your nightclub. Because there was one glitch at one time, if you loaded into your nightclub, it literally stuck you in there. It was pissing people off for a while. I had to figure it out too. It was annoying.
Over there. Ha, you're incredible, you savage.
Pablo!
That's not Pablo.
Yes, it is. Igor Pavlovich, rescue at large. Comrades, you're too late. Already I have flooded your movies with communist propaganda. Your workers they'll rise up, unionize, demand ridiculous wages, and then all American industry will fail and move to communist China. He's good plan, no?
Oh, please. Oh, that is rich. America will always be a pillar of industry. We're unstoppable. Our hunger and work ethic make us invincible. As if America would ever be
Later.
fat, lazy, and entitled like you commies. And besides,
We can also hit up these missions. I really don't care about the nightclub right now. Nightclub doesn't concern me because I can always... But I want to test this and see. I'm hoping I don't have to start my stream over because of this. Maybe I might fire off a quick email at Rockstar in the morning, or even tonight, after I'm done streaming, and let them know, like, hey, the nightclub's acting up again. It's getting worse. It seems like it's getting worse to me. I love how they give us this tow truck business, right, with the scrapyard, because that's the coolest thing. You only get to do this in story mode. And it's twice. Well, you can go and do the tow truck work and go earn like a little bit of cash. I think it's it's Tanisha and his cousin. Yeah. And so I like how they brought that back and bring it into the online so that you can have missions to do, tow cars, and because you can make some pretty decent money doing this. And like I said, if you're going and picking up these cars, okay, number one, you're gonna get, that's a one-way street, you're gonna get money for the salvage, and then the money in the safe will accumulate a lot faster as well, like I said before. So you'll make decent money doing this and keeping yourself busy with other things. So hopefully when we pick up these 2 cars, I'll do one after another. Hopefully when we get these 2 cars, the nightclub will be back in action. Because even if it's not back in action, we got lots of things to sell. Right? The office is close by. Right? The auto shop's here. There's the warehouses. Okay. The agency. Like that like all the stuff that I would have to do, and even my safe collecting would be enough for my cooldown for any of these missions. So if you guys have noticed before, when I'm going around and making sales for my businesses or managing my businesses like I'm doing in this stream here, by the time I'm done doing a business routine, like going around trying to check on all my businesses, it's time to sell the bunker again, it's time to sell the nightclub again. Like everything goes back to, like it just becomes a routine. So it's like a never-ending circle of money. Like I've never run out of money. Ever. I went broke once. I went broke once in 2020. I went broke within my first couple days of playing the game. And I quickly figured out that I need to keep making money no matter what to keep paying for my bills. Because within my first 2 days of playing online, December 27, 2020, the game tells me, the game says, it has shut off my lights and everything in my businesses and my nothing works because I'm in the negative.
All right, bring the car.
So I was like, that's not going to happen again. That was embarrassing. So from then on, I kept making money all the time, and I got addicted to making money because I watched my RP level go up fast. And like I said, back then, that's 4 years ago almost. Well, it is 4 years ago, 3 technically, but yeah, wow, time travels fast, or goes by fast. Because you used to have to do all this stuff in a public lobby, as a lot of you know, but some of you don't know that. Like this nice, quiet, peaceful lobby I get to conduct business in. Oh, that was not the case for 2020, 2021, and most 2022. It wasn't until like fall, I want to say, of 2022, maybe the start of 2023. It's only been a year that we've had the opportunity to just go into a friend's lobby and conduct business and make money and not have to be in a public lobby. So, because I'm not, obviously I don't need the online bonuses in those lobbies. I got enough of those. I ran my businesses in public lobbies for 2 whole years with griefers, tryhards, and you name it, and alphabets, and barcodes, and yeah, all the creeping freaks of the universe, plus normal gamers and players, and back then we started doing lobby oversight as well. So not only were we conducting business, but we were also doing lobby oversight, special operations, stuff like that. Yeah, it was fun. Still is. I still go in there and do it sometimes. Not as often though. I'd much rather be in a peaceful lobby where I can do my missions, enjoy the game, do my own thing, chill, make my money. Okay, I'm almost at level 801. Back in the summertime, I set an unrealistic goal of getting to level 1000 by Christmas time. That wasn't happening. I made level 800 happen by before New Year, but level 1000 was not happening. No, I wasn't able to push the bar. And now, if I was running more crates and I hadn't have done so many lobby oversights, it probably would have been more like closer to 900. And it does take a while to climb levels, especially when you're up at mine. Oh man. Ah, screw you. Learn how to drive. She's driving a Prius. That's pretty much a plastic lunchbox with 4 tires. Dun, 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 dun. Now, I was a little disappointed that you can't just randomly take this out of the shop, but I'm also not surprised because could you see the havoc that could be wreaked? Okay, if you're able to. Oh, hang on, before we continue this conversation, so that we have this SUV in the right spot. Could you imagine though, if they let you allow the tow truck in a public lobby, and then griefers would be using that, going to ghost mode and everything else, hooking up your car and taking off with you. See you later. You'd be gone. I could see it happening. Like all of a sudden, just randomly, this tow truck shows up, and you're just like, hey, what the hell? Right? And then it just hooks you up, and you're gone. He's taking you for a ride. I could see that happening. Right? But that's why they don't do certain things like that. There's certain people at Rockstar, I'm pretty sure, that think about things like that and go, yeah, no, we're not going to allow them to do that. That'll be destructive. Okay, the Albany Cavalcade. That's a new one that just came out. It's part of the chop shop. We're gonna get my blue. I hope I don't have. Well, no, I don't have this. This just came out. Actually, go black for now. Order it in black. And cents will be down there. Nice. See, I have no problem purchasing things. I don't have to worry about money. I always told you guys, right? Especially from the beginning. Never buy anything if you can't buy it twice. Okay? Try not to anyways. If you can't buy it twice, don't buy it at all. Because if you can't buy it twice, you technically can't afford it. Like, look, even my motorcycles don't... My motorcycle costs more than that SUV. That's my favorite motorcycle, by the way, the Sanctus. Jeez. I hope that thing has a mighty attack. I never checked. When the update I don't listen to all the details of the update because there is some things I want to get surprised for and be able to show you guys. But I'll skim through it and get the important details. And there wasn't any good money bonuses for businesses this week except for the scrapyard. Which I was a lot of us were disappointed in that, Rockstar. I don't know why, but... And I heard well actually, not I heard. I know they're nerfing stuff all over the place. It's not just Cayo Perico and a couple other businesses. They turn around and they put a double slowdown time on the payphone missions, and those payphone missions don't pay you as much anymore. So when you think about it, stuff like that, certain missions aren't going to be really worth your time and effort if you're looking to make a lot of money. Because now the game's starting to make it harder and harder and harder. Which, I mean, I have to say, is kind of smart on their part, because that's making it more difficult for you griefers and tryhards to do anything. Okay? It really is. And I think that's beautiful, because a lot of you guys were making stupid money between each other at Cayo Perico and different heists, and now they nerf those heists, and now it's not even... Now you guys don't even do it because it's not worth your time and effort.
We can get the car ready to be disassembled, which
Not to mention,
payment won't be far behind.
Not to mention, a lot of you got mad at the fact that you don't make like nearly as much at Cayo Perico. Which, I'm laughing all the way to Bam's Bank. It don't bother me. Oh, hell no. No, you know what? Just, just, just for clarification, I don't even have to do any missions. I could literally just cruise around the public park, or the public lobby, and just go collect money out of my safes. And I'd still be great. Oh yeah. Like I made it a long time ago. I made it work in GTA so that I knew how much my bills were, so I always made sure I had three times the amount of money of that sitting in the bank. Then I went more. Then eventually I gave myself, like, once I had my first $1 million in the bank, and I had the submarine and everything else, and I didn't have to spend it. Then I started giving myself a threshold, and that's what you do when you're running your businesses. So for instance, I'd make $500,000. Like if I have $1 million in the bank, then I'm only allowed to spend half of that. Okay? Because see, I always kept that you can buy things twice rule. So not only would I have 500 grand in the bank in case I was at war, right? At the time, like it was at my beginning of it, but not only did I have that 500 grand waiting in the bank just in case something was to happen or break out where I can't take care of my businesses for a couple hours, at least I know there's 500k in the bank taking care of them.
Need me to bring you a ride?
And then I can use whatever other funds I want for war or whatever conflict that we're involved in at the time, right? And it just kept going. It escalated from there. Like
It's coming at you.
it went from, you know, the 2 million mark, 2.5, and then I gave myself, you know, once I was at $5 million, I could only spend 2.5, and then it just kept going up from there. And if I had to orbital cannon people, well, there was always a threshold limit. So if I went into a lobby with $3.5 million, and guess what, 1.5, maybe even 2 at max would get spent on war. And that would mean that 2 people would get orbital cannoned, and whatever other expenses would come up, armor, ammo, MK2 weapons, you name it. Calling Mars Mutual Insurance, burning somebody's car for 20 G's, like, anything's possible. Like, you'd be surprised once you start making serious money in GTA, like, your moves cost you money. Like, it does. Everything you do costs you money. You can make money, yes, but war costs money. Unless you're like us, and you already had the money. And then that, you know what? War doesn't mean anything.
So, what's up? What can I do?
Like, I can go to war for days, weeks, and not have to touch anything anymore. And I'm pretty sure I did buy this truck. I'm almost certain I did.
Looking good.
I want to see. I'll know in a second. No, I didn't. There was another SUV that came out last week that looks almost pretty much similar. And can't really see nothing with that. I want to respray this and see first. Black's nice, but not really. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sexy shit.
That's what I'm talking about. Yep. That's the one right there. Okay, now. Arch covers are done. Armor. See? Just upgrading this truck. Watch how much money comes flying out of the account, okay? Watch how much things add up so fast here. Okay? You're almost at 100k just when you've got from Arch's armor and brakes. You haven't even put a bumper on there and you haven't even touched the engine. So there's only 15 grand I'm gonna drop just on the bumper. You notice the fog lights in the very bottom corner of the bumpers on the left and right side? That's a nice little add-on. I like that. Secondary GT bumper, sure. So see, another 30k gets spent on the engine. So we're already at like I'm not keeping exact numbers here, but I'd say we're already at between 150 and 160k, and we're touching the exhaust now. So, maybe like another. Ooh. That. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Looking good.
The grill. Yes. Ooh, there we go, yeah. Chrome that sucker. The hood's not bad. The hood options are okay. I'll go secondary GT though. Because I mean that's not gonna sound too serious. But it will. Yeah, we'll get her done. It is more like a police SUV. Like the, what do you call that one? Right now. It's like the new GMCs they're using. Oh, it'll come to me. That'll come to me when I least expect it. What else? I just want to see what kind of liveries they came out with. Okay, those two look a little weird. So does that one. I like that one. That one and that one. I think I'm almost liking this because it's my Toronto Maple Leaf white and blue. Ooh, nice. Chrome that sucker. Yellow on black, yellow on blue. No, don't need to respray. Roof accessories. Let's see what kind of weird stuff. Whoa, look at that. If that doesn't spell family vehicle, come on. Chrome roof rails. Chrome roof rails, why not? So far, if I was to sell it, I'd get 1.1 million back. So obviously we know that's not worth it. So if you're gonna buy something like this and you're gonna invest the money, keep it. Cause
that looks badass.
you'll be pissed off if you spent a lot of money on this thing and when you realize and you go to sell it because you need money to pay your bills, you're not gonna get the money back. You're gonna be mad. See, turbo and transmission right there is almost 100k. And let's see. Okay, let's make this ridiculous. Why not? Yeah. Boom! There goes 81k. Just in rims. And another 25k is getting dropped for bulletproof tires. Always. Or 25k gets dropped in the crew smoke for the tires. Lots and lots of money got spent here. At least $500,000. Let's take it for a rip. I want to go up to see the agency safe, and I just want to see if Amani Tech can be put in this truck or not. That's what I'm curious about. And Rockstar, change the dashboard, please. Okay. That's like 2015 dash, 2014 still. Okay. It's 10 years now. You gotta make you gotta start making more of the dashes digital. You're releasing this vehicle. It's a new SUV. I'm surprised it doesn't have digital. Let's see. It's a nice ride though. It's fast. Ooh, handling is nice. She stops quick. And I like the sunroof feature. But if you're anything like me and you black out your windows, you're not going to be able to see through that. It's a nice SUV though. It wouldn't be my everyday driver. Definitely not. But I will keep it around. Well, I always keep them around. I only sell surplus vehicles, so for instance, I had like 4 Bravados and 4 of the Grangers and 4 like, yeah, it was just getting ridiculous. Like even the Patriot mil spec. So I dropped 2 of those. I dropped 2 of everything because, I mean, like, I'm not cycling through that many. Really? No. Come on. I can almost guarantee you Tech can't be installed on this thing. I didn't know the agency was full. Or did I? Oh.
What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them round. I'll bring it by.
See, this place doesn't need 3 cruisers, so we're going up the street for a second before we come back. 'Cause I'll go put this at the office. Yes, I had to make, I bought like 10 cruisers, 10 or 12 cruisers, and I had to make all the liveries in different cruisers, yes. Everything from undercover cruisers to unmarked units with lights on like with no lights on the roof and still lights here, not fully undercover. Oh yeah, I went nuts when the DLC dropped. Because I mean, in these cruisers, in the city cruisers, or in the marked cruisers, I should say, they have the computer, all the radio equipment, 2 shotguns in the car. I mean, it looks authentic and cool, right? It's got a lot of detail. In the undercover unit, you don't have a lot of detail. It's strictly an unmarked vehicle, and you only get the lights in the windshield. You won't be able to put lights on top or anything like that. Now, you're only going to be able to modify the police car that you buy like this if you have, say, if you have your agency. You're going to need an agency to upgrade it, or not upgrading it the way I have it as, with special police equipment and whatnot. Actually, no, I stand corrected though too. There's another garage that will allow you to do it, is the arena. Pretty much anywhere that has a shop like the arena, and a lot like the customization shop. So I think even maybe LS Car Meet might work. Don't quote me on that one though. Because I've only ever built my police units on at the agency or down at the arena. That's where a lot of my cruisers came out of. Oh, and the other place I did create a cruiser. Wait, I do stand corrected. The facility. I was able to make all the modifications and put all the extra lighting and antennas and stuff like that.
What can I do for you?
When I was there.
How do you choose between your children? They're bringing your personal vehicle around right now.
I have to see. I'm just curious. Every time they bring out a new vehicle, even if they don't say I'm Mighty Tech, I just want to see, like, even if there's some kind of cool add-on. Nope. Okay, cool. Move on. Because I'm going to be almost surprised that there's no bulletproof armor you can get for this car. And you can get the one down at Simeon's right now with armor on that thing. Speaking of which, he's right around the corner. And I haven't bought it yet. So, there's a vehicle in here that he's selling this week. Better be in here. Man, it's been a long time since I was in here. A very long time. Yeah, so this guy right here. So you can get this sucker for 200. It basically looks like the Chrysler 300, right? So I don't have it, and I'm just, you know, shits and giggles. It's another car to buy. It's another thing to work on tonight. Oh, and put that in the arena workshop too. I'm pretty sure I have that one. And if I don't, I'm not going to use it that much. And this. I have that. Cool. So yeah, I do keep an eye on Simeon's from time to time, right? Because I think now, because they did delete some cars from the game, and if you didn't have, like, if you had sold them, they're gone, obviously. But if you still have them in your garage, you're good. Where am I going? I have to wonder the same thing. Because I noticed even like one of my Vapid pickup trucks I brought out when the winter time was happening, when all the snow was around. There was a few of you that piped up and said like, wow, you have that truck still. Like, that truck's not even available anymore. And I was like, oh wow, I remember now. Now I remember that they did delete some vehicles, and I went looking for it and saw it there anymore, and I'm like, okay. So I do own some rare vehicles. That's cool. I don't know what they all are exactly. I own too many. I'm always just trying to run something different. Never always the same vehicle. You'll never see me fly around on the Loser Cruiser all the time. And that's that MK2 oppressor. That's what I've nicknamed the Loser Cruiser. Because it earned that name over the years. We all know that. They even nerfed that thing. That thing used to be so aggressive. That 3 years ago, if you had an MK2 oppressor, the game had those missiles were very, very aggressive, almost as aggressive as a Deluxo. And they had to change that because that was causing all kinds of. Yeah, there's nothing extra we can do here. Everything's pretty much the same. So no Imani Tech stuff. No armor plating you can put on. Well, I can't say I'm disappointed. Because, see, it's weird that the game would bring out such a nice SUV like this. Okay? Because that truck looks mean and awesome, right? But yet the baller is armored. Okay? And I did buy that was it. I bought the Durango. Well, that basically looks like the Dodge Durango. And that was yeah, I think it was last week's vehicle. They just brought it out anyways. And since I'm here, I might as well check my safe and my MK2 weapons and that good stuff.
Looking good, boss. I'll be here.
Hey, you trying to smoke later? Alright, shit. See you soon.
Bam's got a nice agency, I think. Right? Ooh, yeah. Good thing I checked the safe. Hell yeah. See what I mean? I haven't even checked. Well, yeah, I did. I checked the arcade safe. We checked this safe. We cleared the nightclub safe. Between all the safes and the scrapyard, my safes just almost gave me 400k. So that's not even me doing anything really. Like that, I'm just letting the safes are making money in the background, regardless. They will always be making you money. I always check my reserve parachute.
You own the place after all.
Parachute smoke. Blue. Parachute bag. Oh, wait. No, I'm not done.
Everything in here.
Weapons are cheaper to fill up in your, inside your agency if you have this spot.
Need any more?
And then you also need to purchase the armory. It doesn't just come free with it. And see, like Bam has purchased all the weapons, done everything nice to them. Like there's some weapons here I haven't used and I should. This is one of my favorites. Yeah. This and this one. And this one blows shit up, so of course that has explosive slugs. I love using this guy. Yeah. Yeah, my flashlight's on there. Let's see what other liveries we can put on here though. Ooh. I'm going with that one. That's the only Oh, royal blue, dark blue, aqua. I'd say blue is better. Aqua, not so much. Yeah. Ooh. That's not bad. Oh wait.
Hey, let me know if you have any questions.
I should go metallic blue and maybe take off the skulls. No, actually no. No. Well, bold white and blue. Ooh. Versus what we have now. Classic two-tone. I like that bold white and blue. I could drop 45k on that, easy. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, that's the one. And I'm not reverting that one back, no. All these weapons I think are pretty much set. Now,
Keep your eyes open.
hopefully, the nightclub's fixed. And that glitch isn't there. I'll take my blue chopper. I'm always taking my Swift Deluxe or the Super Valeto. I'm gonna take this one. This one was one of the first luxury choppers I had purchased. And then I realized how paper thin it was. And when I mean paper thin, I mean like, look at this thing. It looks like it could get blown over like a smart car can get blown over on a windy highway, okay? Like, you know, like, try landing this sucker, okay? It's sketchy business. When I first, well, not for me anymore, but I mean, when I first purchased this sucker, yeah, it was sketchy business landing it. Because it would tip over so easily. And it still does. Like even if it's raining or if it's storming in GTA, you're not flying this thing because it's gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna blow you around like you're a piece of paper in the wind. You guys will see. You gotta be careful. So you gotta come in doing it accurately. Slow. Nice. Easy. No. Stay. Fucking stay. I don't like flying that thing sometimes. It's always sketchy business. Everything's set up. Ooh, that one went right through the window. I see. That's not going through the window. Yes, that thing can take a couple shots. Good to know. I don't know how you guys buy your ammo and everything else, but I just standard procedure for me, and I'm just buying it all. Like, keep your ammo stock up. If I could suggest that to you. And when you first start out in the game, you don't need all the guns. Like, don't go gun crazy just because everybody else has guns. Okay? Only buy the guns you can afford and the guns that you're going to use for that time being. And the guns you know that are going to utilize you. Like, you don't need to be wasting. You've seen how much guns go for. And then the liveries and all that stuff. And yes, see, the nightclub chair is back. We're good to go on this. Like, we're going to be rolling in cash in a second here. The only way I clear this out I'll change out the DJ twice, times 2. Because if I invest that 23k I just pulled from the safe right now back into my popularity, it'll mean A, I don't have to go and do a popularity mission and drive somebody home, because that's boring. That's old school. Like, I'm over that. I had to do that enough. Now I just come in. I constantly keep everybody rebooked. So even though I'm rebooking the DJ now, you can go ahead and rebook another DJ, and it will take your bar back up to right to the top. And believe me, you really don't want to drive somebody home to increase your popularity by 1 bar, only to have to come back and do the nightclub sale. I'd rather drop the 20k now and just do the sale and leave. That's how you just do that. And for that matter, you don't need all 4 DJs. When you start out, you'll start out with 1, but buy 1 more DJ. It'll cost you 100k, but buy 1 more. That way you can just keep switching back and forth. That's what I did on my other account when I was showing you guys how to make money right from the beginning. Right? Too bad those videos are gone. Might have me thinking I might have to do another GTA account at some point. Now I'm not going to worry about hitting the nightclub again, because that little bar spot, whatever. I'm not going to drop another 10k right now. There's no point. The sale, I know the sale is likely to take me up near Paleto Bay, so I'll be hitting the hangar, and then I'll be hitting Paleto Bay, and I'll be going to that computer, and I'll be checking on my bunker, and from there I can turn around and I can do another residential DJ switch over and not even have to be down here. It's called the Master Control Terminal. That's what it is, up in Paleto Bay. And we'll just use that once we get up there.
Okay, time to offload some of this stuff. You're making 2 dead drops, and the 3rd is a face-to-face with the buyer's people. They seem pretty paranoid, so look out for trouble along the way, okay?
Yeah, it's been a while since I used this truck. So, I equipped it with missiles. That's armor plating. It also has a grenade launcher on the top. And it drops bombs. Or mines. The last thing I want to do is come driving back at some point later on and running over that thing and scaring the crap out of myself. See, not all sales are going to be easy. If you don't have the equipment to deal with Merryweather, Merryweather is going to be a thorn in your side. Especially if you have no armor plating on your vehicles, right? You would need to purchase this truck and the plating and all that other stuff, and it's very expensive. All these toys are very expensive. That's why you always see me driving it around in the small van. I was in a public lobby the other day for hours, I think. Yeah, I was in a complex, so I mean, I had neglected the nightclub and all my businesses during that conflict, and I didn't even go around to the safe or nothing. That was almost a 2-for-1 special. I was waiting on it. I thought I was gonna get them both at the same time. Close. If that mine would have just been over a little bit long, I would have clipped them both.
¿cómo estás? Imbécil! Hey, over there! This is my ride, stupid! Holy fuck! You motherfucker! Idiota! Imbécil! You motherfucker!
Smoke! What's going on, brother? Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. I see you're up like the night owl you are. I'm betting you're going to be streaming tonight too. I'm hoping so. I'll be checking it out, that's for sure.
You motherfucker! Idiota! Ah, fuck you! Gracias. Catch you later. What the fuck, dude?
You're through to your garage. You, need me to bring you a ride? It's on the way.
See, I wasn't kidding around with you guys when I told you guys I'm addicted to making money in GTA. Like, I spend it and I make it back so fast. Like, it's just, it never stops.
Hey, hey, you made the sale.
And then I like seeing it grow. And right before the DLC, I had 108 million, and I was counting. And then the DLC dropped, and my bank account dropped to 30 million. I went a little happy. Spent happy big time. So once I was done all that though, I started building my money back up. I'm at 66 million now and counting. And my goal is to get back, obviously, back to my 9-figure mark. Once I was up at the 9-figure mark, I was really happy with that accomplishment. Yeah, that accomplishment was balls. Yeah, I was just like, that's insane. You should see it in the office. There's money all over the place. There's money coming out of the walls for crying out loud. It's just like there's so much money in the office that my staff doesn't even know what to do with it. That payphone hit phone's gonna get annoying. Notice how I never do them? Because I did them a long time ago. And I figured out very fast that it wasn't worth your time or effort. And some of the missions were just... You shake your head and you're just like, what? Some of them would glitch out, and oh, especially when they first dropped.
This slot has civilian access. Open them all base.
So, when now you see since I was close, my nightclub dropped me off over here, so I'll come here first. And I'll make my way up to Paleto Bay. But I can make moves down here. But I can also make moves up in Paleto Bay. I can sell a bike from my bike shop up there. Down here, I could sell from the hangar if it's ready. What else? There's the spare parts that come out of the bunker, the spare parts sale. So the spare parts sale would have to be done. That's 50K, and the office still hasn't. That office sale hasn't been done. There's always a 50K office sale to be made as well. So even when you guys think, I know some of you may think like, do you ever just go around in GTA and chill? Oh yeah, I do. I have those days. But I also have most of those days are I'm making money, and then you know I get balls deep into making money, and I'm just lost. You know, like I've gone around and explored things and stuff like that.
See you soon. I'll be here.
You see, I didn't know what to do with my money anymore at some point, so I just started buying random stuff. I was like, oh, gold jet? I was like, cool, alright. So I bought that. That was $10 million. And then that helicopter there, that Swift Deluxe, yeah, that was 5 million flat. There's 15 million just sitting in the middle of the floor. And that little weaponized Kanata, that's another. So actually no, there's let me show you. My Raichu got blown up.
Hello, this is Morse Mutual Insurance. I'll look into it.
Okay, that is expensive. 8, 4, and the Kanata 12, 17. You're looking at 30 million before you get to the front on the floor. Base models. Right? 30 million in aircrafts right there. Ridiculous, right? Now, check it out in storage. There's a lot. Okay, I got like a ton of them in storage. Like I said to you guys before, we used to run the Hydras in our fleet for a while. Like the Pyro, I'm not a fan of, so I'm gonna change him out anyways right now. Put the Annihilator Stealth up here. Oh, no, you can't put him down there. So only small aircraft can be at the front. Unless you were to change your loadout plan, like I would have to change everything. In storage, I can bring out another Buzzard Attack Chopper. Yeah, we'll make it all look choppers up at front. So, all in all, not a bad little air fleet. Right? Everything from private jets, and even Pegasus has private jets. I don't know if it'll let me call
Hello,
Pegasus.
Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help you?
Alright. So yeah, weaponized. I got an insurgent custom pickup. I can call out turreted limo for my buddies. Everything out of this list you can call out for your friends, and then you can call out your personal vehicle as well as at the same time. That's the cool feature about Pegasus. So military, I can get them a Rhino tank, Crusader, helicopters, like the Savage, the Valkyrie, Cargo Bob, buzzard attack chopper. How I can bring out 4 different choppers at once. I know how to drop that. Like you bring out the company's CEO buzzard, you call Pegasus buzzard, you drop yours, and then you call your vehicle buzzard. Holy crap, there you go. I'll show you guys some cool setups. We gotta go up to Paleto Bay for that though. Boats. I even got the Kurtz patrol boat, the weaponized dinghy. 2 monster trucks. The Brigade. I could pull out 2 of those trucks at the same time. Like your acid lab truck and then this truck. I used to, and then you can also call the company truck. So I can actually have 3 brigades out at the same time, and I can block off Elysian Island from other players. We used to do that all the time. We used to lock down Elysian Island and call that place home. And the submarine, the little Kraken submarine. Do not buy the blimp. See, I bought the blimp with the intentions that, thinking, hey, maybe the speakers work underneath it, right? And then you could go like over the town, you know, and like play beats for everybody. But no, it was disappointing. It was a disappointing 800 G's spent. I did buy the festival bus, the fire truck, the taxi, and the police riot truck.
Call again. Goodbye.
And then there's a list of vehicles, but we're not gonna. I'm not gonna go down the list of vehicles of what I own. But you would be able to, like, I'd be able to go to my CEO vehicles here. I'd be able to bring out that buzzard. I'd be able to bring out my personal buzzard. I'd be able to bring out Pegasus buzzard, and then I'd be able to call. What do you call it? My Sparrow from my submarine, and then boom, there you go. I've just called out 4 helicopters for people, and they didn't have to call out a single thing. So I did learn tricks like that over the years. You guys will see. I'll show you. You'll be like, what? That's neat. That's next level shit. Because I know how to put a tank on my yacht, and then the company buzzard, the Kurtz patrol boat, and I can turn the yacht into a, what do you call, warship. And actually, if we're gonna do, oh my god, I'll put the Rhino tank out there this time, because it doesn't matter. You could put the Rhino tank out there, or you could put the Kajali tank out there. Also, fun facts: the Annihilator stealth, she goes in stealth mode, which means she disappears completely off the map. You take her out of stealth mode by pressing right on their D-pad, and then she's got missiles and a machine gun. Cannot drop bombs. No. But the stealth feature is pretty cool. You know, I'm afraid if I call Pegasus and ask for my cargo bob, it's going to be too far. Actually, I know it'll be too far. Let's see. Yeah, we'll put out the Rhino tank, because like I said, it won't matter. I have to think here. I haven't done this setup in a while, and I had to think real quick how.
Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help? Great. So it's available for pickup at our nearest location, madam.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, it is Cool Spy. So now I know where my spawn location is for for my helicopters. Oh wow, I did a noob move. I had the legs put up as I land. Good thing there's a second set, right? I've done that a time or two, can you tell? Especially with that one. Told you I got a lot in here. Cargo Bob. You guys are gonna see something cool now. Check this out. This is where it gets cool. I hold right on the D-pad. That's gonna drop the hook. And you guys guessed it. This can and will happen. It's about to happen. You're about to witness it. Oh yeah. Oh, you mean the weather in the game, or the weather where I am actually? Because if I was to tell you what my weather is actually, your face would drop. All right. It's negative 36 here right now with a wind chill of negative 48. And tomorrow it's going to be negative 40 with a wind chill of negative 50. And we got temperatures like that until Monday. We're in a polar vortex where I live. Like it's colder. It's the coldest place on Earth right now, and that's no joke. Yeah. Seen that on the Weather Channel today. I like to keep on tabs on that. And yeah, they were saying like my part of Canada was the coldest spot on Earth today, out of everybody's temperatures, and that's even Siberia. They said that we were colder today than Siberia. We actually broke records. So yeah, she's cold out. Definitely cold. How about you? How's your weather? Yeah, I'm dead serious. Yeah, I'm in Alberta, Canada. So I mean, or if you look up Alberta, Canada right now on Google, you're gonna see Alberta, Canada weather. You're gonna see my entire province is in a special weather statement. Right? We're under extreme cold weather. Yeah, we're under extreme cold polar vortex weather. Like it's deadly here. It's no joke, that's for sure. And on top of that, we had a bunch of snow drop yesterday and today. So yeah, it's everything is completely solid ice. Like it's insane. Yeah, yeah, when people started hearing about our weather today and for the rest of the weekend, they started saying, they were like, you know what? I'm great with the crappy weather we got right now. You guys can keep that shit, right? Because eventually the polar vortex will move its way to the east, but the east will see nothing, not even close to the temperatures that we just seen. No. Yeah, I think, for instance, above you in Alabama area and whatnot is like Ontario, Chicago, all that kind of area. They're gonna see their coldest temps they're gonna see is something in like the negative 20s, or no, or maybe negative 20 with the wind chill, and that they'll see that for like 3 days. Where our polar vortex here lasted almost a week, and we're just in the middle of it now. But I love it. I mean, I'm used to it. Because when it becomes like 0 outside and like -5 and stuff like that, you'll see Albertans in hoodies. All right, we'll be wearing hoodies, and you'll see some of those crazy Canadians in like a hoodie and then shorts, and that's no joke. That happens a lot. And people who visit Canada and that get to actually witness that happening in the wintertime are a little bit puzzled at, like, why do Canadians do that? But there's always that one guy. There's always that one Canadian guy that you're gonna see every winter, and he's like walking on not a really extremely cold day like this, but like on like a -5 or even like 0, and you know, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I go outside in this temperature. I just don't. We don't stay outside for long. Oh God, no. Like there's weather statement warnings all across our province right now that frostbite activates in less than 5 minutes if you're outside. So you don't want to stay outside too long. Like I'll go outside, go for a walk around the like a little area. Yeah, even breathing in that cold. Holy crap! I'm telling you. Breathing it in hurts. So anybody who works outside, yeah, it's something else. That's why, like I say, like if there's a zombie apocalypse, I'm not worried, because I live up where the northern borealis comes in, and I get to see that shit. Like zombies wouldn't survive in my climate. No, the zombie apocalypse, that's fine. Let it happen. Because I know we'd be good. Like there's no way zombies right now. If there was a zombie, think about it. Homeless. Okay. Here's the thing: in our city, and well, not in just our cities, but like in our whole province, when temperatures go freezing like this, our cops go rounding up the homeless. So and they make sure that they're sheltered and whatnot. Like we send a bunch of emergency service workers and everything else. It's even before the frigid temperature drops in, because yeah, you're right. There's a lot of tents and homelessness. So a lot of emergency shelters got put up at the last minute as well to house people, because yeah, you can't expect that the homeless are going to be able to survive out in this temperature like this. Like that's another thing. Like the housing crisis that's happening not only in Canada and the United States with this polar vortex is going to open up the conversation, and it's going to change things for sure. It's going to, like, governments are going to have to put their foot down and really put it into high gear, because people can't afford to live. Tent cities are popping up everywhere in small towns and in big cities in my country and in the United States. You know, unprecedented shit that we've never seen in our lives. Like it's sad to see. It really is. That the housing crisis is through the roof. That food prices is through the roof. I'm always praying for people. Like my heart goes out. Like if I was, I get really upset with celebrities and people who want to sit there and be like, you need to donate for this cause and that cause and for the homeless and needy. No, you politicians and millionaires and billionaires need to listen up, okay? housing crisis wouldn't happen if you all poured in some money and donated some money together as a little group. If you all got together at a group, like a little convention center, and went like, hey, we're each pouring in $1 million. Let's go. Bring your checkbooks out. Let's go right now. Okay? You know how fast you'd solve the homeless crisis? Okay? And you know how fast you'd solve homelessness and house people? I swear to God, if I ever become millionaire, my money's getting spent properly. My money's getting spent back into the communities. Because nothing hurts me more, and nothing makes me more humble than knowing that somebody's struggling with homelessness and trying to get the services they need to turn their lives around. They shouldn't be in that position in the first place. Here's my theory, and if I was ever the Prime Minister, okay? Housing is a human right, okay? And affordable housing needs to be made available for those who cannot afford it. So those who, live just above the poverty line, don't make as much money as, say, other people, right? When you're comparing apples to oranges and whatnot, you need to have something in place, some kind of a system, so that those who can't afford everything else, just like the same as somebody else that's more fortunate than them, they're less fortunate. You have to put the bar somewhere for them. Like everything right now is so stupidly expensive, and what oh, we can't get on this for too long because I'll get too upset. But what really upsets me is both Biden and Justina Trudeau, both governments, okay, Canada and the United States, are taking care of Ukraine and foreign people rather than our own people right now. That's what hurts the most. That's what's like. I think that feels like the biggest fuck you, right, to our citizens. And I think that we shouldn't tolerate that from our governments, because all that money could be funneled back into our own people, so that our own people aren't living on the streets. Like that's where our priority should be, is right in our backyard. I'm telling you guys, everybody. So now that I'm off that rant, okay, I said my piece on that one, right? Everybody knows about it. It doesn't have to be talked about, but it is good to bring it up and bring awareness to it still. Because the more we talk about it, the more government change will eventually have to get done. Because they'll be forced to. Because eventually, if there's too many people on the streets, here's what's going to happen. I'll tell you guys what's going to happen. When there's too many people that can't afford to live, what's going to happen is eventually there's going to be too many citizens on the streets. So the citizens are just going to turn around and say, you know what, fuck this, we're going to overpower the government. Right? Oh, no, you're good. No, I like having good dialect and being able to talk about stuff like this, because yeah, eventually the power will be to the people. Because think about it, if the food prices keep going up the way they're going up, right, then you're gonna have things so bad that you think they're going into the, like, here's the thing, they're going into malls right now and jewelry stores and stealing that shit so they can sell it to feed their families. Sooner or later, they're gonna start going to the grocery stores and doing the same shit they're doing to the jewelry stores, and the same thing that's happening in San Francisco and clothing stores and Nike shoe stores and you name it, and big shopping malls. That's soon gonna be the grocery stores. I shit you not. When the people get desperate enough, they're already desperate enough now. And I'm telling you guys something. If you don't want to listen, that's fine. But I'm going to give you some advice, because I'm almost 40 years old now, and I've predicted this kind of stuff happening ever since the beginning of the pandemic, only because of that whole mask thing. And once the bad guys figured out that they could go in and rob places wearing masks, and it would take the cops a long time to figure it out, well, hell, they went on a crime spree, and they're on a crime spree. Hell, they're not stopping. Okay? And it's out of control. Oh yeah, Okay, so they still allow you guys to smoke in jail. Here in Canada, they don't allow you to smoke in jail. And only certain provinces allow you to have TV in the cell. And you gotta be doing pen time to get TV in your cell. Right? If you're in provincial jail, you're gonna get a TV. If you're doing 2 years less a year, you're doing provincial jail and you're shit out of luck. There's a TV on the unit, right? Like that, but I mean, those guys don't get TV in their cells unless they're doing pen time. They gotta get sentenced to 2 years plus a day for that one. And even then, it's gotta be like a cleared bubbled TV and all kinds of weird shit. But I agree with you, dude. If they took all the comforts of home away from jail, yeah, then they wouldn't care, right? But they know that they can go to jail, and they know their family's there, and they know their buddies are there and stuff like that, and then they just go and do their crime, and then they just come back out and get to, like, they're all taken care of. Like, it's a system, and the system is so broken now because of that whole, you know, everybody want to defund the police. Well, hey, you know what? I know the police pissed us off and whatnot, and the police pissed the community off all the time, but you gotta remember, those people are human beings too, and they're not all bad. And guess what? When you took a lot of money away from the cops, right? The cops went and said, well, fuck this, I'm not gonna be a cop, I'm not working today, and you're not paying me the wages, like, there's not enough of us, and it's scary business out there now, and we're getting overworked and underpaid. Now you look at our society, how it's turning out to be. So Joe Biden's little plan of defunding the police and the whole left side woke, yeah, that really worked out for them, didn't it? Right? Because now they're getting freaked out because now their neighborhoods are getting robbed. Their once safe neighborhoods are now getting robbed because people are so desperate. You got to understand, okay? Society as a whole, you need to understand that parents will get desperate and they will do whatever it takes to feed their children. Parents won't. The most heartbreaking thing for a parent is to watch their yeah, yep, definitely, and that's the thing. Like, they don't want people like Donald Trump or Pierre Poilievre in power right now, because that's gonna scare the shit out of them, because people like that get in power, they're gonna open up, they're gonna prove to the world, they're gonna be like, look at all these policies and all this ideology stuff didn't work out. Now we're gonna turn around, now we're gonna put the boots on the ground and we're gonna show you guys how it's done. Right? We're gonna get the houses built, we're gonna get the army on the streets if we have to, kind of thing, to get things under control. Because guarantee you, like, sooner or later, you guys, the stores keep getting robbed, okay? The way they're getting robbed in both of our countries, sooner or later our military is gonna be on the streets. I'm telling you right now. They will not tolerate this shit much longer. The police are overworked. All of them. Both countries. And they're at their wits' end. They're at their breaking point. So you know what's going to happen when they reach their breaking point? When they reach their breaking point, the governments sit there and they go, okay, time for us to activate the military. The citizens are out of control. We're going to put them back into control. And when they put us back, when they get military on our streets, that's when policies are going to come out and freedom's going to be disappearing. Alright? It's going to be no joke. And then they're going to be able to change policies, and then they're going to be able to sit there and say, like, oh, well, we had to change this on your freedoms and rights, and we had to lock down neighborhoods because your neighborhoods were getting out of control and your citizens were out of control, so we had to take over. Yeah, well, I'm really hoping it doesn't come to that, though. Like all of what I just explained. But I mean, the likelihood is kind of there. Not to freak everybody out, but I mean, it's kind of looking like it's going that way. Like, I'm at the point where I look at society and I think, how, like, people are only going to put up with so much, and the police forces are only going to put up with so much before all the chiefs get together and they're going to tell the government, like, listen, we need the army. Like, we're fucking exhausted, we're tired, we don't have enough, we can't keep the citizens protected anymore. You defunded us, you took away, you fucked with our budgets. Right? Sooner or later, all the woke stuff's going to come out, all that, you know, green energy bullshit, lies. And I crunched the numbers on that too, and I'm telling you guys something, like, that whole green energy thing and switching to batteries, listen, in my climate right now, you couldn't run shit on batteries and have a net zero free whatever. Yes, I should have put the Kasaka here because I forgot to tell you guys this will happen. And it's like going to be almost impossible to get it back up there. But I've crunched the numbers. Like, China would have had to have had the same emissions. Like, the amount of emissions they're telling us that we're going to save isn't even close to what, like, their target's at. And batteries in this climate right now, could you imagine if there was ambulances and fire trucks running on batteries? Just batteries. The way they want to do this whole greenhouse initiative thing. Right? In my climate right now, people would be dying. Because ambulances wouldn't be able to go far, and fire trucks wouldn't be able to properly respond. Because it's negative 40 outside. Like, like, batteries need to be warmed up in order to properly charge, or else they take twice as long to charge, and they die twice as fast in colder weather. So where does climate incentive come in? Like, where that whole climate change bullshit, any one of you motherfuckers that's on board with that shit, okay, good luck with your whole left woke stuff, okay? Because you're gonna need it. Because it's just it's bullshit. It always has been, always will be. Okay? You can't even, like, they want, for instance, they want us to be net zero by 2035. Okay? Think about that. No coals, no power plants. Hell, they haven't even tested this theory, okay? Solar and wind power would not be able to power all our stuff. I'm telling you guys that. So you can't, well, you can buy into that ideology stuff, but I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, sooner or later, at some point, some of you are kind of waking up now and regretting calling some of us conspiracy theorists before, right? Because some of you, like 2 years ago, I mean, especially myself, I stood up for the Freedom Convoy. Like, I used to drive truck. Okay, so I stood up for my rights and freedoms. I didn't get vaccinated or anything like that. And, you know, I went to war with the lefts. Like, and still at war with the lefts. Like, I'm not agreeing to their ideology. I'm not, like, are you kidding me? They're still going on about that whole COVID thing, and it's all lies. It's been lies since the beginning. Like, show me that it's, like, too much money is getting spent on companies that are funneling to other companies, and oh, this test works and that test works, and look, like, you guys don't even have anything solid. And not to mention, they got some kind of a plan at the WEF this year coming up, where they're all gonna meet, or I think it's Davos. No, not Davos. Is the WEF convention that's coming up in, like, I think March or May, and they're all gonna meet. All the countries are gonna meet, and they want the World Health Organization to come up with this vaccine. Basically, they want all the countries of the world to basically let the World Health Organization be in control of our data, of our health data. So if the World Health Organization says that we need to lock down, then too bad, we're going to have to lock down because they said so, kind of thing, and different policies will be able to cross over other policies. Hey, seriously, I know some stuff that would wake you guys up, that, like, because I stepped out of the Matrix long ago. I stepped out of the Matrix in 2020 when all this stuff went down. I wasn't buying into it.
Anything to keep you productive.
The numbers didn't add up, right? When you guys looked at the numbers on TV that they were spitting out, didn't any one of you started wondering, like, wait a second here, I'm going to start adding up each day and see what they got at the end of the week? And that's exactly what I did. And they were way the fuck off. Like, I mean, extremely off. Like, scary number off. Like, we're talking not even fucking close. They were jacking the numbers up so high to scare the shit out of people. That's what they were doing. Because they know, here's the thing. If you drive fear into people, you can control them. Okay? Just like when 9/11 happened. Okay? What happened? You turn around and tell the American people, hey, we need to go bomb Iraq. Okay? They're terrorists. They've got weapons of mass destruction. They got this, they got that. They just attacked us. They took down the towers. Let's go to war. Boom. Instantly, the people were there. Everybody signed up. Boom, and they were gone. Right? It happens that fast. Okay? Same thing's happening now. Right? Just in a different way. Different scenario. Okay? Soon they're about to install a bunch of fear into people all over again. Our government here in Canada tried to do that. Justina Trudeau tried to sit there and say, like, oh, Canadians gotta stay home and not be together with family and friends and everything else around Christmas time because the risk of COVID is too high. Like, you, man, you want to wear a mask? Go ahead, put your condom on and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm not wearing a body condom. Okay? If you think life's tough, get a helmet. Okay? Because I'm not, like, if you live in fear, that'll cause you stress, and that stress will cause you to die quicker, and that's what they want. That's exactly what they want. Okay, stress kills people, and so does fear. Okay, you make the people live in fear, it will cause them stress, depression, anxiety, and then some, causing more problems in society, essentially. So, you notice how these politicians now, some of them are like sneaking in wearing a mask if they're doing this and that, like making a speech on TV.
We've already run into trouble on this one. The shipment's on a boat off the coast. They're not being communicative, so I'd assume they're hostile. Good luck, boss.
That's fine if they're hostile. Did I win that off the podium? I did. Okay. But yeah, same thing. Like, I shake my head at it too. Like how they can drive up the prices of everything, and then they're gonna try and lock people down again. And oh man, this is a disaster. Like, one, everything's out of control, and I'm not the only one starting to talk about it and make noise on this, right? Because this can't be silenced anymore. It was silenced a few months back, and like people were getting silenced and censored all over the internet. And that's another thing. Okay, they want to also try and censor control our entire internet. So think about it. If you don't know what that's like, okay, I'll put it to you this way. When I went to the Philippines, they have censored internet there. Okay, so there were certain sites from back here in Canada I wasn't able to access. Like I wasn't able to access certain parts of my news. I wasn't able to access my radio station and listen to my favorite radio station that I like listening to, right? Like they cut you off from all kinds of stuff, and they only allow you to have access to what they want you to have access to. A lot of people don't understand how that works. And they don't read into the fine print, and they just go, oh yeah, I'll vote for that person. Well, if you vote for that government and those policies, then, you know, then I don't feel sorry for you when shit goes south because you didn't read the fine print, right? You're supposed to read the fine print. It is. All of it's crazy to me too, and I'm just living as well. Because, like, man, at this point, it's like, with the amount of conflicts that are going on in the world, I know we're one nuclear button push from annihilation, so I'm giving her. I want to be sober for that, though. At least I'll have a fighting chance. Oh, can you imagine if you're drunk and the world ends? Uh-oh. What a hangover the next day would be. Like, what the hell happened? I should have quit drinking long ago. The world did go to shit. Oh, that would be a horrible wake-up call. It'd be hilarious, though. It would definitely be scary. Hey, come on. You gotta be kidding me right now. Fucking... I was throwing those missiles right at... Oh. Of course it took my laser cruiser. I'll get you. See how accurate they are now? Wow, shit. Yeah, once you're out here, you're kind of screwed once you're in the water. Gotta mention that to you guys. Unless... Get in there. Oh, this is ridiculous now. Imagine the people that don't have the amount of health and armor that I have. How frustrated they must get at this mission if they're dying. Like, imagine I'm dying this fast. Like, look at my level. I mean, if it's frustrating me, I can only imagine it'd be really pissing somebody off by now. And we got this fixed, don't worry, we'll call this Moore's Mutual. We won't die again. Nope. Get out of there. Oh, I hear you. I hear you, brother. No, I enjoy the chat. No, you're not taking up the chat. I don't mind. I do not mind. We need to be, everybody needs to be more open and talkative with one another these days. The more communication we all have together, the less they could turn around and try to feed us bullshit and fear-monger us. Because eventually the people are going to wake up and be like, it's going to be power to the people. And like, sooner or later, the right people are going to wake up and be like, listen, we're not tolerating this anymore. No. Come on. Wow. Rockstar, you're like making it impossible for people now. What's with the ridiculousness? Like, now these guys are extremely deadly accurate. Like, wow, you're able to pick me off from the behind that? That's alright. That's bullshit. That's unreal. You know, I almost went through all health and armor just in that bullshit right there. Thanks a lot, Rockstar. Like, why do they do that? I don't... It's gonna be an interesting flyout. Oh, shit. Come on, get out of there. This is where it's gonna get interesting for people that don't know. Like, if you don't have toys to fly back and forth from that area, and if something, God forbid, say, it doesn't always go perfect for me. So this hasn't happened in a long time, where, you know, the oppressor went into the water. So if the cooldown time's done, I should be able to call it back out, but if not, I'll close this. See, I can return that. Go over to here. Oh. We did try call Moore's Mutual and it didn't answer. I agree. So like, the government tried to hide a bunch of stuff here in Canada, and they invited some Nazi into the House of Commons.
Mutual. We're here to help.
And you know what? You know the conservatives. I'm a conservative. I'm not a left person at all. And the conservatives were able to Google who this person just got announced and who he was, and then they gave him a standing ovation, and then they just found out he was a Nazi, and they were saying like, listen, this guy's got to get the hell out of here right now. Like, you can't give him a standing ovation in the House of Commons, and then the Liberals want to strip that from the record book. No. Oh no, I'm not talking shit. No. This happened back in October, man. Like, I watched the House of Commons stuff. It's like watching your Senate. It's like watching the Senate when the Senate has the floor and they have politicians arguing and senators turning around and questioning politicians on their policies and everything else like that. We have the same stuff here in Canada. We just call it the House of Commons. And the Conservatives make the Liberals look like a joke all the time. It's hilarious. It's funny. The Liberals haven't answered questions in 8 years, but yet they're able to steal the taxpayers' money. I don't understand this. Like, I don't understand how a government like that isn't in jail. I don't understand how Biden's people aren't in jail. Biden's son should be locked up and they should throw away the key. Like, seriously, that guy's a clown. Okay? We got two of the most corrupt governments running North America right now, and I don't know how they're getting away with stealing all our money, and the people aren't waking up going, hold on a second, like, the hell? Like, you can't be raising taxes and keep stealing our money like this and spending it recklessly and coming up with stupid policies. No. I see civil war breaking out probably in 2024 or 2025. I really do. And I'm not saying that here in Canada, and I'm not saying to provoke it. No. But, I mean, think about it. With the way things are going, I'm going to forecast it, okay? Just because everything's such a shitstorm tornado right now going in the air, you know? That's why I like to come on here in GTA and just get away from it all. Like, yeah, sure, we could talk about it sometimes and bring up certain topics and discussions, but I mean, when it all comes down to it, the craziness of the world, when I need a break from that bullshit, that's why I'm on GTA. Or Rock Hockey, or Rock some other video game. Right? But I do something that will completely take my mind and focus away from that stuff. Yeah. Well, the other thing is too, like, even when you escape the video games though, and through cell phones and tablets and stuff like that, they still get you through advertisements, and they still advertise that war is going on and this is going on and blah blah blah. So PlayStation, they can't really do that. They can't hit us with ads and stuff like that. We pay to not have ads, right? I mean, sure, there's ads and stuff like that, but there's not during our games and stuff, and not interrupting, and we're not paying to play these games and stuff like that. Like, no. We don't have devices in our hands. We have controllers and skill and better graphics, and you get lost in a better world. Like, we all know there's a lot of stuff to do in GTA. Like, you could get lost in GTA from the start of your day to the end of the day and still not do everything in the... Sure, you can explore the map, but I mean, there's just so much to do now. Literally. So much you can do. Right down to, like, literally right down to robbing the convenience store. when it gets down to it. Like, it's just insane the amount of stuff we can do. Oh no, it's fine. I don't care. I like, no, I just like getting, I like coming in here when it, no, when I've seen, personally, I'm saying, right? When I've personally, like, heard or seen too much that I've digested, and I'm like, you know what, I've had it, and I don't want to listen to that kind of crap today, and I'm sick and tired of seeing it on my phone and whatnot, I load up GTA, and I'm like, guess what, I'm getting lost in my own world. That world out there can kiss my ass. That's the way I see it. I'm just like, I'm not worrying about that world today, right? Or I've worried about enough about that world today. That's enough of that garbage, right? It's time to step away. And I just get lost in sports or whatever I want to load up. Like, I've got police simulator, fire simulator. I don't know. I got way too many games to go through. There's a lot of games I play and randomly play. Some games I like, try it. I got this one game, it scares the shit out of me, and you don't get any weapons.
You're all loaded up and ready to move. Get the goods to the drop-off, and this deal is
Oh yeah.
done. But
Okay,
hey,
my
I'd keep
headset
an
was
eye
on. My headset was on the. There it is. It was on mute that whole time. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, no, I had to go to the bathroom there. Wasn't feeling well. Kind of get those I don't know, sudden urges to puke when no. You know when you get that sudden urge to puke, like from alcohol withdrawals? That's what I'm going through since yesterday. And well, not since yesterday actually. It was the day before, but yesterday, or no, sorry, all day, all night from the previous night before, and all day yesterday. And then I went through, and obviously all night again. So I haven't slept that much, but I can tell you when I woke up this morning, like I felt a lot better. Like my withdrawal symptoms weren't as bad today. Like there was no shaking or anything like there was yesterday. And like yesterday, it didn't matter how much fluids I put in my body. It was like it was coming out. It was coming out as fast as it was going in. Because it would just, I would sweat everywhere, and I mean, like, even right down to my ass crack. Like, my legs were sweating, my face was sweating, like, you could feel it all coming out of you. So that's when that's why I mean, you can't do detox from stuff like that on your own. Like, you can't do it unsupervised. Because I was so weak yesterday that I couldn't, there was points where I couldn't even get out of bed to change my clothes. Like, it was bad. Like, and I needed water brought to me and fluids brought to me. My sugar levels had to go up. Like, my body temperature core went up and down and up and down, and it was something else. I'll tell you guys something. If I ever get craving to drink again and whatnot, I'm just gonna remember what detox was like. Because this is, yeah, cause dude, this is my 4th time stepping away from alcohol, but the last 3 times were never ever like this. Like, detox wasn't even close to this bad. And yesterday, I was seriously contemplating going to the hospital, even with the supervision I had at home. Because I was borderline, like, I'm gonna go. And then I thought to myself, no, it's uncomfortable there, I'm not gonna like it. Like, it's gonna be horrible. There's not gonna be enough nursing staff to tend to me when I need something. Like, it's just gonna be a shit show. So I'll take my chances. If I die at home, I'm dying at home, like, kind of thing. I was at that point yesterday. I'm like, oh man, like, hopefully I get through this. I kept praying too. And the power of prayer really got me through it a lot. It helped, I mean, quite a bit. I pray every day, right? But I'm just saying, a lot of prayer happened, and some motivation stuff I'd seen on YouTube and whatnot yesterday, while I was like able to watch something. Like, I was in no condition to come on the PlayStation yesterday at all. Like, I wouldn't have been able to be on the PlayStation for not even 10 minutes. Like, my body was shaking. If I wasn't in a blanket, my body was cold. I mean, it was it was so bad. I'll tell you guys, it was so bad that that if I wasn't wearing something to keep my body warm, my body's temperature would drop so significantly fast. Just because it was either wet from the sweat. Like, I changed my clothes 4 times yesterday. I had to do a full load of laundry because I went through, well, no, sorry, I went through 4 sets of clothes maybe in grand total, and I went through countless t-shirts yesterday, just constantly changing, trying to not be wet, because if you're wet you're uncomfortable, and if you're wet you're cold. Oh man, it was like I couldn't even sleep to save my life yesterday. My brain wouldn't let me rest. Everything was happening all at once. Yeah. It's getting better, like a lot better. I got a buddy of mine, actually my best friend. Him and I have been drinking ever since we've known each other, and that's been 14 years, and I had already been drinking 5 years prior to meeting him. So he just went through detox, and he actually had to go to rehab, but he went to rehab and went through detox for the alcohol and whatnot, and you know, he was telling me all about, because he went through his detox was just as bad as mine, if not worse. Because he says the first 24, he told me the first 24 hours was going to be bad, right? But once you get past that first 24 hours and you keep going, it gets a lot easier, because then your body loses that ability to fight you on it anymore. Because that's what my body was trying to do yesterday. Was my body was trying to force me to get it to put alcohol in my system, so it would stop taking basically a temper tantrum at me. And if I can, there's no better way to really explain that, or what happens when you go through withdrawals. Is your body literally is being like acting like a child that doesn't get the candy at the grocery store when the mom's at the till, you know? It's like that would be the best way to really sum it all up, is that when you understand yourself as a human being, you understand you're made up of 3 parts: your mind, your body, and your soul. Your mind's a very powerful tool, okay? Your soul defines you, and that's your moral values, and that's that little voice inside of you that says when something isn't feel right, and it feels like it's bad and something bad's gonna happen, you gotta listen to that little voice and that little feeling inside of you, because that's your spirit. Now, the other thing is that your body is controlled by your mind. But when the body and the mind communicate, right, they sometimes fight, and when you deprive your body of something that it's used to having, it fights with your mind on so many different levels, where your body literally puts your mind through hell. Okay?
You need something, huh? One of your
Until
rides?
it gets
Let me
what it
know.
wants, or until you give in, or it tries to make you give in. And that's what my body was trying to do yesterday. And my body was basically throwing a fit and was trying to get my brain to give into it, and I wasn't having it. Because God forbid, I would want to start that process all over again. I get through it now, and you know,
I'll bring it to you.
and not have to worry about it again. Because at this stage in my life, at this age, I'm getting too old for that shit. Like, seriously. You know? Oh yeah. Like now, like I used to smoke weed and drink beer all the time. Like I was saying to you guys earlier, I used to put away at least 15 beers, or at least close to 15 beers a day for a while. So yeah, that's when your body's used to having alcohol on a pretty much daily basis. And sometimes I give my body a break for like a day, and I'd only allow myself to have like 3 or 4 beers just to get myself through the day, so I didn't have to suffer through any withdrawals. But I mean, like I was bad. It was like things had to change, or else it was like I had to wake up and realize that if I probably keep going like this, I'm not going to survive much longer. And for that matter, I got sick of it, to be honest. I was getting sick of it. I had a quit date. I set it. You know, I kind of went a little bit overboard on my quit date. I ended up putting down 2 bottles of wine and a 6-pack. So, yeah. Now I'm just gonna stick to weed. You know, like If I need anything, I just that and CBD oil I've used for my chronic pain now, and I'm finding that has a better effect on me than the vape did. The vape kind of messed with my head with the alcohol and taking the meds too at the same time.
Boss. Hi there.
Oh, hey,
How
you
can I
guys
help
want to
you?
see The Office? Yeah. 2 good months left. Enjoy a good... What do you mean 2 good months left? February and March?
Sorry, I don't got time for pleasantries. Just get the job done.
You know what, actually the longest I made it one time was 6 months. The one time I made it 6 months sober. My ex pissed me off one day and I started drinking. Biggest mistake of my life. When you mean 2 good months left, you mean like of winter? Or like of weather? Because I hate summer. I can't stand summer. Me and the heat, we don't jive. I don't get along with summer. The heat irritates me to no end. Like my patience level goes from being... My patience level inside can be sky high in a nice cool environment, and then take it outside into a hot environment, and my patience level is now dropped to the pavement. And like there's zero patience. Like my patience level might be already past the roadway, heading down into the ground towards China. You know, so. And I discovered that when I went and did my visit to the Philippines for 30 days. Oh man, I got attacked by mosquitoes in my first 2-3 days. My first day, second day, and third day, the mosquitoes ate me alive. Oh, of withdrawal? Oh no, with the worst of it. Yeah, I heard withdrawal can last up to 2 to 3 months. But I heard like it's not like the next thing that's gonna come next is like weird dreams of drinking. Because my best friend did tell me that. You'll get weird dreams of drinking. Like reminiscent times that you were back with your friends drinking at like a bar or a party or something. And it'll mess with your mind, and it'll make you wake up and go, oh, maybe I can drink today. It's like, no, you can't. No, you can't, and we won't. It's just that simple. And I've tried 3 different ways of quitting already, and all 3 times I had set unrealistic goals for myself. Like, you know, I'll quit for 2 months, or I'll quit for a month. You know, there was an expert on YouTube about quitting. He was a doctor, and he was saying yesterday that you just take it one day at a time and put your mind at rest that way. So just tell your mind, we're not drinking today, and then make sure you don't drink that day, and then tomorrow morning remind yourself again, we're not drinking today, and then carry on with your day. And you keep doing that, and you'll have self-control over yourself. But if you sit there and go, well, I'm going to quit drinking forever, every single day is going to seem like a number to you and a countdown, and it's going to seem like this is an unrealistic task. And what it does, what the doctor has explained, is it causes anxiety on your brain, and then causes you to be stressed out, because you're now going to think like, I'm only on day 2, and you're not really going to progress that way, because you're not going to have a sense of accomplishment. Whereas if you keep telling yourself, hey, I'm not going to drink today, and then at the end of the day you've accomplished that, tomorrow you're going to be proud of yourself, because you're going to be able to wake up and be like, hey man, I didn't give in to my cravings yesterday, I'm sure as hell not going to do it today, kind of thing. That's the way I'm seeing it. Right? That's the best way I can pretty much sum it up. And like I've said before, like people do share what they go through, and Like, I have no problem admitting that I drank with dealing with depression for years, because if what I'm doing, if after all the years and all the screwing up I've done, if I can straighten up and get my shit together and have my shit in order, then you can do it too, right? Because believe me, even if your friends are doing it now and they think it's cool and you think drinking's cool, it's not. Like, it is literally not. I can tell you that. It's easy to get addicted to. And it's harder to quit than cigarettes and, you know, meth or any of the heroin stuff. Like, this is the hardest thing to go through withdrawals of and cravings for. So you don't want to turn your social drinking, because that's how mine started. I'm letting you guys know. Mine started at a young age, 19, social drinking with friends, being able to go to the bar, and that became a weekend thing. And then pretty much that became like a weekend during, and then one time during the week thing, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then sooner or later, it became we're going to the bar Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, resting Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we're right back Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday again. And then eventually it turned into, okay, if we're not going to the bar, we're meeting up for beers at someone's house, and we're all pitching in. Because eventually we found out at a younger age, like, we couldn't keep going to the bar anymore because it started getting expensive, and our credit card started crying uncle. Right? And you start getting too close to the max out thing, and that's when you start learning about credit cards at the teenage year, you know, and oh yeah. I learned my lessons going through life. I was young and reckless, trust me. I could tell you, like, there was days where we went to work back in the day. We went to work like pretty much half shit-faced from the night before, and still were able to do our jobs. And we were functioning alcoholics. Like, I was around people at work usually that were literally functioning alcoholics. Like, they were all the time. It didn't matter. Actually, when I was growing up in my early 20s, like, we had beer at the shop all the time. We had beer in the shop, like, people bring beer at the shop all the time. It wasn't until one day that somebody drove home and got a DUI. Right? Somebody drove home from work and got a DUI and got drunk, and that's when see, it takes one asshole to ruin it for everybody. Right? Because that was the rule. You weren't, like, back then, you weren't allowed to leave the shop after 2 beers. Okay? You want to drink after that? Like, you had to stay. And you were staying the night. And yes, I worked at a trucking company, so there were shower facilities, there was trucks to sleep in. Like, we had facility for the drivers and everything else. So it's like, if you start drinking too much at work, you might as well just stay at work, order in food tonight, and you know what? Pick her back up in the morning and start go hard at her all over again. I hear of kids nowadays calling in because they drank booze on a Friday or Saturday night, and they're calling in already on a Monday because they're still hungover. Like, seriously? When I was growing up in my 20s, like, we would, like I just explained to you guys, we'd drink like champions, and then we'd go to work the next day, and we'd still function. I couldn't do that now, though. Oh God, no. I couldn't do that now. No way. Shit, no. I'd die. Oh yeah. I mean, I know a lot of you guys don't get to do that now, right? You're thinking, like, drinking. Hell, we used to smoke in the shop. Like, not just in the shop, even around our desk areas. Like, I came from, we were allowed to smoke inside the buildings still. Like, they were smoking inside restaurants. Like, I remember growing up, like, being asked, do you want smoking or non-smoking? It was that simple. I've watched gas prices also go from being 65 cents, if I remember correctly, up to what it is now. And I can remember when they printed a $2 bill. Yeah, there's a lot of... I can remember when they made the internet. when they gave us the internet and said, here you go, we're introducing the internet to society. Man, was that wild. That was something else in schools, eh?
All right, bring the car in. We'll salvage the parts and get paid in no time.
Any one of you who are from my area, from like the hardcore area, when the internet first came out, that's all you would talk about. You know, like that was the biggest thing. Like we were like, oh wow, the internet, that's cool. What, like, where can we go on the internet? Like, we didn't understand what the internet was back then. When, like, all we knew is that this gating porthole, like, could we just type in something and go there? Like, could we type in a spot in the world and go there? Like, oh man, my teacher got flooded with questions. I remember. One kid asked if they could go to Disneyland in the computer. My teacher looked at them like they were crazy, because it's like, how did they just ask that? Like, obviously not. Like, and even the information they had us looking up back then on the internet took forever to load. Even in the schools, man. And the schools had the fastest stuff. And you had to type it in. You had to type in certain codes. You couldn't even type anything in capital letters, because that was like yelling over the internet. Teachers used to make you write shit out on the board. Like, listen, I don't know about now how it is exactly in school. I know the kids get away with a lot today, and teenage punks get away with a lot. If you went to school in my day, okay, you didn't get away with shit like that. You didn't even get away with a quarter of the stuff you guys get away with now. Hell, if you backtalk some teachers, they just drop you right in the hallway. Okay? And there'd be nothing you could do about it. Because if you went home and told your parents about it, they'd probably drop you too for being ignorant to the teacher. It just worked out like that. Like, I didn't grow up in a soft home. Like, I was turned boy to a man real fast. Like, I was brought up with respect for elders, like, you name it. Like, I see too much stuff nowadays. It's just all fucked. It's all ass backwards. Like I said, some of you wouldn't have teeth if you spoke to your parents the way you speak to them now, or even act the way you guys act. I know, back in my day, if you guys acted the way you act, I know parents that would have walked over to you, grabbed you by the throat, and tanned your ass right there in front of everybody, or taken off their belt and beat the shit out of you. I know teachers that would hit students with meter sticks in school in the classroom if you turn around and backtalk them and gave them an attitude. Like, I grew up in a different time. Like, that's why, like, I'm hardcore. I'm to the T. Like, I'm a straight arrow. I don't bullshit nobody. And I'm hard. Like, I'm not soft. And I'm never going to be. I'm always going to give you guys the details and how it is and how it used to be, because it needs to be said. And quite frankly, discipline needs to come back. Discipline and respect needs to be brought back into society, because society's gone weak and woke. They have. You got a weak, woke society out there right now, with a bunch of people dressed up as. I don't know. To me, it's just, you know how some people don't take their Christmas lights down all year? Well, to me, it's just like they're having a Halloween party, and it's just never ending for them. You know? For those who think they're cats, and those who think they're dogs, and those who howl like wolves. Yeah. Problems. You have problems. Mental illness. I call that extremely mentally ill. Right? There's medication for that. And no, I'm never going to take those people seriously, or things, or its, or whatever they want to call themselves, because, I mean, no. Like, that's like saying I'm an astronaut, okay? Or I'm a dolphin, but I live on land, okay? And I eat fish. That's how much sense you got. Not even close to that. But I mean, like, that's what ideology is to me. It's like they'll say the color blue is red, and then when you challenge them on it, they'll say no, it's really black, and we're changing it to black. What? Didn't we start? Like, no. Like that's how the left people are. They're a bunch of weird people. Yeah. Not the whole world went woke, but the world found out, big companies and corporations found out just how much money they were losing when they went woke, right? Look, for instance, what happened to Bud Light. Oh man. One of my favorite old time singers, Kid Rock, turned around and No, I was using that as an example. Like, for instance, lefties will turn around and tell the world, oh hey, the sky is green today, but the sky is blue. And you're like, no, hello, the sky is blue. And they're like, you know what? The sky has been green since and they'll go off into saying some kind of, like Biden and Justin Trudeau go off into saying some kind of psychologically messed up shit that comes flying out of their mouths. Like, it just, you look at it, you're like, hello, are you even on the same time zone here or on the planet? Huh? Or whatever drugs you're on? Listen, dude, you need to reduce it to half because it ain't working out for you. Okay, you're not even in reality now, right? You're like thinking that, like, all kinds of things. I'm just using that as an example, but to put it in a short example like there's tons of examples to use though. I mean, look what happens in Congress on a daily basis. Look at half the shit that comes out of Biden's mouth. You could just shake your head and just go, you know what, dude, give it up. Give it up already. Guy can't ride the bike without falling down, can't walk up the Air Force One stairs without falling down, like, what was it, 2 or 3 times? Something like that. Yeah, you guys need Donald Trump. I'm a huge Trump fan, I seriously am. Like, when you guys had Donald Trump in power, countries didn't even think about sending threats to you or anything else like that, or even think about getting out of line in the rest of the world, because they knew Donald Trump had shoved the United States Army straight up their ass. Donald Trump is a man that's not fucking around. He's the not fucking around crew, right? And when he gets back in power, you can best believe Biden's going to jail. And Pierre Poilievre's already told Justin Trudeau in the House of Commons, you wait till I'm Prime Minister, you're going to jail. I'll have you and your Liberal cabinet members arrested and sent to jail. Because they're stealing money, they haven't answered questions in 8 years. Biden doesn't answer questions. Biden steals the people's money. I mean, you guys are asking for another $1 trillion on the debt ceiling within like less than a month now. Again, like, come on. If that's got to tell you something, if his government has already gone and put up the national debt several times, that has to tell you something. How many times did Donald Trump have to open up the debt ceiling? Huh? Please tell me. Because I don't even think it was once. Yeah, well, I can see the United States going to shit if it ends up being a woman. The United States will be in an uproar if there's a woman running the United States for the very first time. I'll tell you that much. Right? We all know that. We all know there's rednecks and there's certain types of Americans that just won't tolerate that. Guaranteed. And they won't tolerate a transgender person doing it either. They won't allow a transgender to ever run Canada or the United States. That just will never happen. And get that out of your minds. The alphabet community might as well give up on that hope, because it ain't gonna happen. Could you imagine somebody with rainbow-colored hair trying to lead a country? With rainbow-colored hair, lipstick on, and a tutu, and the guy's got hair on his chest? Like, just try to wrap your mind around that for a second, because that's what some of these adults actually do, okay? And they got these sick fetishes, and they just, oh, man, I don't even know how to explain just the sickness of it all. It's fucked. I need to go to the arena. I have a car there, it needs to be done, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, you're damn right, we both need good leaders. Like, for instance, okay, the Prime Minister of Canada, for the very first time, outside of the Prime Minister's office, okay, which should be left uncontroversial. Okay? The Prime Minister's office building has 2 Canadian flags always flying above the door, like the entranceway, okay? Has always, since the beginning of time, since we were a country. Alright? This Prime Minister last year, during Pride Month, decides, oh, I'm going to take down the Canadian flags and I'm going to put up 2 Pride flags instead. So that's not shoving gender ideology at us at all. And really pissing off Canadians, is it? No, because him doing that pissed off everybody. Oh yes. When did I buy this? This looks nice. Did I just buy this today? Well, I guess I'm modifying this one too.
What are we doing then? What's it going to be?
And for me, I've got girls, so you know, you cross that whole super community, what they want to call themselves. You guys cross lines when you go into my kids' bathrooms and stuff like that, and you men dress up. I'm not saying you can't. No, listen here. I'm not saying you can't be gay or anybody can't be gay and whatever you want to be. That's fine, okay? Just don't expect your flags to be flown, and don't expect your ideology to be pushed in our stores, in our schools, and on our kids, and competing in our women's sports. That's taking it away from the real women, literally. That's having a double standard for women. It is more than wrong and nasty, and there's more than enough fathers that are turning around and start getting and are getting sick and tired and fed up with these so-called boys and so-called, you know, he, she, it's going into the girls' change room and competing in girls' sports and thinking it's okay to go in the girls' change room and think that you're gonna be in there with the girls and you're gonna act like a girl. Like, no, dude, like you're born with a dick and balls. That's your package. Okay? You don't get to sit there and be like, oh, well, I want to play woman today and I'm gonna dress up, so I'm gonna get to go and play in the woman's bathroom. No. All right? Like, the world's getting fed up with that kind of shit. Like, we've had it up to here and then some. All right? Sooner or later, like, the world has already snapped and said, all right, enough's getting enough. And people are sick and tired of the shit. We're sick and tired of you guys acting mentally ill in public and dressing up like clowns, literally like clowns and animals, and thinking that that's okay. And getting easily offended because somebody didn't identify you as a proper whatever. Like, okay, life's tough, get a helmet. And they're blind, yes. Oh yeah, blind as bats. Yeah. Like, you can't, you know what, I'll put it nicely, you can't fix stupid. Okay? Like, you just can't. It's like, you could tell them, you could tell them how the world really is, and then they'll turn around and tell you that the world's a great place to live in, and that we live in a great big green grass and unicorns. We're all riding around on unicorns, and there's green grass and everything's, and the sky's nice and blue, and there's no problems. Like, these people are mentally ill. Like, here's the thing: if we acted like this 20 years ago, for instance, okay, or even 15 years ago, society wouldn't put up with it. Hell, society wasn't put up 10 years ago. There's no such thing as this is the new thing. Like, no, this is not the new thing. Okay, things are going back because things need to be set back to normal. I'm telling you that right now. That's not just my opinion. Like, too many people now agree with my opinion, including Brett Cooper. Okay, and she's pretty famous online. So I listen to her stuff a lot. And Brett's got some really good points. And I also put a I don't know her name off the top of my head, but I also put a link to my channel today of another YouTuber explaining how they don't put up with that kind of shit, and they're just sick of that woke ideology stuff. Like, I can't support the seventh major sin, and I'm not supporting the flag. The only flag I'm supporting is God's promise. That's it. Or the flag I'm supporting is my own, just like she said, and the only rainbow I support is God's promise. Because whatever you guys want to call yourselves, you can't just steal from the Bible, the same Bible that you're going against, and literally committing an act of a sin against God, and you literally stole God's promise symbol and try to make it your own. Like, you're not mentally ill at all, right? Oh yeah. It's already happening. It's already happening. They're already putting it out here in our schools that they're making it illegal to allow them to change, because Justin Trudeau wanted to make it legal that the parents wouldn't have a choice in changing their child's name before the age of 10, or their sexuality. Now, here's the thing. A 10-year-old, okay? My oldest is 13. Okay? 10-year-old, and she don't even know it all, but she pretends. But I'm going to tell you, nobody at the age, I think the lowest age he was trying to make was 7 or something like that, 7 or 8. But nobody at that young age knows what they want to be, and they just want to be kids. You don't need to be telling them, like, oh, hey, you might be a girl, and you're telling a boy this. Like, no, boys are boys. Yeah, exactly. We're Christian nation. We're Christians up here too in Canada, man. Well, we got diverse, but I mean, like, we got a lot. Like Christians, Catholics. Yeah, in God we trust. Exactly. I pray every day. I pray a lot. I even pray before I go to bed. So, I don't understand, like, how they can be two-sided with things and say, like, oh, well, God created everybody equally like this, and God created us. Well, no, there's no evidence of you guys in the Bible whatsoever. You're not written there. You're not there at all, and there's reasons why. You're actually in one of the commandments not to do. So, I mean, I think here's my thinking, and you guys can think it's conspiracy thinking. That's fine, but I think, since Justin Trudeau supports that over his own people, and I've never ever mentioned God's never been mentioned out of Justin Trudeau's mouth in 8 years, in the whole entire time he's been Prime Minister. God comes out of your guys' president mouth all the time. Doesn't matter who's in president. Okay? God's always mentioned. My Prime Minister, which he's not my Prime Minister, I take that back. I don't want him to be my Prime Minister. I refuse to acknowledge him as my Prime Minister. But this Prime Minister has not mentioned God whatsoever, or anything else. He just talks ideology, big time, and how to be more accepting of transgendering and gender ideology and all this other shit. And he never ever mentions anything about God. I think that motherfucker's the Antichrist. Because even Putin talks about God. Okay? And you know what? Justin Trudeau is he's the only Prime Minister I can see. That guy, like, his wife and kids left him for a reason. Okay? I can see that guy being the only Prime Minister that turns around and does a sex change this year and all of a sudden comes out of the closet and then tries to get the gay community on his side for his re-election. Oh yeah. I can almost see it happening. Especially with the way he acts. And he asked Donald Trump if he likes his socks, and Donald Trump looked at him and said, get out of the White House. Right? Was this guy serious? He just asked me if he likes his socks. And you know how I know that one? Because Donald Trump turned around and came out and said it on TV. He's like, you want to know what kind of a creep Justin Trudeau is? The guy asked me if he likes his socks. He goes, what kind of guy asks another guy if he likes his socks? Women ask women if they like their socks, but not guys. He says like that. Oh man, that was great. I loved it. And it's true though. I mean, we need more outspoken people like myself and Donald Trump, okay, who just don't hold back. We just don't hold back on the bullshit. We're just going to tell you how it is, how we see it. We're calling it as we see it. Like we're not going to sugarcoat it for you. No. We're not going to lie to your face and be like, "It's okay. Everything's going to be fine." No. If it's burning all around us, we're going to let you know it's burning. Right? We're all going down right now. Everything's gone to shit at the moment, but we're gonna fix it, right? There is hope. There won't be hope if you vote in another 4 years of the senior citizen that wears diapers and shits himself and can't remember what he ate at lunch. Just saying. So, pretty sure a lot of you can agree. Absolutely nothing. Like you can't even take Joe Biden seriously. Like seriously, you look at that guy and he's like the oldest president there ever was. Kind of thing. Like at least Donald Trump doesn't look his age. Donald Trump looks like somebody who can still run the show.
Anything to keep you productive, boss.
Biden is looking past the podium going, where am I? They told me to come out of the building and come to this podium. Now, I forgot what I was going to do and what I was going to say. You know, that's the kind of puzzled look that Joe Biden gives to everybody. Yeah, that's right. I do. I agree. I think Biden's a weak leader. Because, you know, his son pulled off such weak and coward moves with his little stunts in and out of Congress the other day.
Giving me some shares, boss? Hello.
And what was it? They compared him. They were comparing him to Trump. And Donald Trump compared himself to that. He goes, "At least I show up for my court dates. At least I'm here." Right? And even Newsmax and a few other platforms, they were agreeing. And they were comparing Donald Trump to Biden's family, and they were like, well, at least Donald Trump's family, at least the Trump family shows up to answer for their shit and fights for their name. Meanwhile, Biden shows up and hears his name being talked about and runs away like a coward. Quick times, right? Biden was in there, oh, they're talking about me again. Shit. Like, I can't be around here for this. Yeah, like, he's just one of those people that he has that face you just want to punch. You know, just like Justin Trudeau, he has that face you just want to punch. Like it's just, and that smirk they have on their faces. It's just you. It's like, listen, bud, you smile at me like that again, you're gonna catch a slap. You know, like, don't do it. Right? You're pissing me off, kind of thing. And these two assholes been pissing. Well, Justin Trudeau's been pissing off Canadians for 8 years now, and Biden, well, hell, he's been pissing people off for 4 years and thinks he's going to run for another 4 years. I think that guy's delusional.
Hey, Heffa, what's up? We got that stuff all loaded up for you on the flatbed. It's right outside the warehouse. Nothing left to do but deliver. Ship's waiting at the docks. I say watch your
And yes,
back,
it's the old
look who the
Caprice.
fuck I'm talking to, right?
This is the old Caprice, like the Chevy Caprice Cruiser. Which I was a little shocked they wouldn't allow us to put lights on it. Sooner or later, they got to be coming out with some more cop car stuff. Ooh, nope. Damn. I just looked at the time, and I'm like, wow, I don't even feel wrecked yet. I can tell you guys, like, what's today? The end of the, well, we're into Friday now, right? I've been awake since, I've been awake since Wednesday. Wednesday morning. Yeah. Since Wednesday morning I've been awake, sadly. Insomnia. Hopefully, I'm hoping tonight that a lot of the withdrawal bullshit's out, and because I can feel the tiredness behind my eyes now. So I'm hoping that like tonight is gonna be like at least a good sleep. Cause yeah, I'm already yawning. It's literally about time.
You got it. Leave it to me.
Because I'm pretty much thinking like after this truck sale I'm gonna shut her down for the night. And I'll be back on tomorrow, that's for sure. Because I'm certainly not going outside tomorrow. I don't think anybody's going outside tomorrow. Seriously, they were canceling school today, like non-stop, and buses to schools, and they were closing schools, and they weren't letting the kids go to school, so I'm pretty sure that shit's gonna happen all over again tomorrow. Pretty sure the kids just got an extra long break. Like, oh, I burnt my energy just going through withdrawals. It lasts like 48 hours. Oh man. It takes a toll on your body. Like I haven't felt this drained in a very long time. Or out of energy even. It feels like it takes a lot of effort just to keep going on the controller right now. So yeah, I'm probably in for a good sleep tonight, and then probably feel even better tomorrow. I'm already sounding better, and like I said, my head's already starting to feel clearer. But yeah, I'm usually, I got a morning routine, guys, and I'm usually making my breakfast and stuff like that, so I'm gonna be switching it up tomorrow, and I won't, or likely won't be on first, like early, but I will be on in the morning. 'Cause, right now it's 11:26 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So, for those of you on Eastern Standard Time, okay, I'm usually on anywhere between 8 and 9 a.m. your time, right, give or take. So we'll see if I don't get enough sleep. If I only get a mini nap, like 3-4 hours, then I'll probably come right back on, fix myself a coffee, and continue in GTA. But no, I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. AKA you especially. What else? I was gonna say tomorrow we'll pick up on some story missions, continuing on, and I'll show you guys some more business stuff and try to educate you guys more on how to run your businesses there, so that those of you who have some extra money can be smart with that extra money and maybe buy a business that's going to keep making you money instead of blowing it on that $1 or $2 million car, right? So we'll go over all that in the morning though. So you guys take care of each other, stay safe, God bless, alright? And Bam's out of here. I'll see you guys in the morning, alright? You have a great night, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. You guys take care. Thank you all. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, try to take care of each other, stay safe, God bless, okay? And Bam's going to see you in the next one.